Hello and welcome to episode 13 of Top Guy Theater. If you haven't noticed, I'm TJ Stevens, and I've changed just a little bit for the better. With me, as always, are our partners in crime, which today we're running on a skeleton crew. Unlike Frank Bruno's personal preferences, here at Top Guy Theater, women come first. So coming all the way from Kodiak Island, Alaska, Brandi Wagner. Brandi, how you doing?
I am great, fat and sassy, my friend, here and ready for some ECW.
Well, speaking of ECW and people that like it extreme, let's go to the Northeast, who I think, Frank Bruno, did you get to avoid the nor'easter that hit up there, or did you get some of that snow?
We got some nasty rain and turned into sleet yesterday. Saturday, yeah, yesterday was a complete wash. And after this afternoon's debacle, today was a complete wash too.
Sounds like your first marriages. Okay.
That too, yeah. That was good. That was good.
I had to do it. Joining us also from the Northeast, Mr. Henry Evingham. Henry, how you doing?
I'm not doing too bad tonight. How are you guys?
What was it that Brandi said? Fat and sassy?
Fat and sassy, my friend.
Can't only one of us be fat and sassy at a time?
No.
We're in different. We're all in different. Well, you and I are in same time zones, but the rest of them are. So, yeah, aren't.
So Henry, you got that map behind you tonight. For those of you that don't know or maybe already forgot, we're covering ECW November to Remember 1997. Henry, you got that map behind you. Can you venture a guess on where ECW November to Remember 97 took place?
Probably Philadelphia.
Oop, right state, wrong city.
Was it some weird, obscure place?
I mean, it's not a place any of you guys or any of us really know, because it's actually a suburb of a bigger city, but I'd have given him the bigger city. It's actually taking place outside of Pittsburgh.
Oh. Shout out to Megan Nelson.
Isn't it on the Gold Dome or something it's called?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, that sounds exactly correct. It's the Golden Dome in Monaca.
Does Chandler know that they were there?
I was just gonna say, does Chandler know that Monica's in Pennsylvania? Oh,
so before we get started, Frank, what do you think we're gonna see tonight?
What with ECW November to Remember?
Yeah, predictions.
I'm looking at the card. Bam Bam against Shane. I don't remember that match. Taz defends the title. Oh, see. I know that Francine's gonna be all about it, but Sabu faces the Sandman. Oh yeah, that's gonna be some classic wrestling right there. I can't wait to see that.
For sure. Did you watch much ECW back then, Frank? I forget.
Yeah, I ordered all these pay-per-views. It's just been so long since I've seen them. We were talking before we started that I didn't even remember Bam Bam had the heavyweight championship. So I think the match that stands out to me the most in ECW in my head was Bam Bam and Taz, where they went through the ring. That's the one that always just sticks out to me and it was fantastic. It was fantastic,
yeah,
Matt.
Makes sense. Like this was because you were what when this came out, probably around 18, 19 years old.
17.
17?
Actually, yeah, 17. I turned 17 that year.
I was 11, so my father didn't let me watch the show. I did not even know Bam Bam Bigelow was in ECW until I was much older. So yeah, this will be my first time actually watching this event, and it's going to have my ECW favorites on it. Francine, Beulah McGillicuddy. Looking forward to seeing both of them.
Yep.
The Sandman will be on there. Those are probably my top three in that order. Brandi, did you watch much ECW back in the day, Brandi?
No, this did not exist where I was. I didn't know tape trading was a thing until I got the internet in my house in 2004. So,
but
plus you were like 7 years old.
I was 7 years old when this happened. So
you probably weren't interested in this crap.
I wouldn't have been allowed. Probably, I was towing the line with the WWE at the time of being allowed to watch it. But no, I didn't even know this was a thing. I would see it in some of the aftermags, But as a naive WWE fan, I was like, oh, these guys aren't in the WWE. They're not any good. Totally wrong. Don't think that ever.
Real quick question about Kodiak, Alaska. When you say you got the internet in 04, like, were you just getting America Online back then, or did you guys actually have high-speed internet?
We had high-speed internet. I had dial-up until that point, in which I did use America Online before that. And I would have to wait until after 7 p.m. to plug the phone line into my computer so that we wouldn't be charged extra for the hours that we were online. And I was not allowed online very much because that was expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to get really angry because it took so long to download the good porn. You know,
That's why you need an active imagination, my friend, because that's
Yeah.
free.
I was 18 when we got the internet here. It was dial-up, and I just wanted to get the good porn. That's what I was thinking about at 18. You know.
Yeah, speaking of people that probably spent a lot of time downloading good porn on AOL, and probably the person, if anybody remembers, used to be able to get kicked off or banned off AOL for violating their terms of service. If you told someone to go F themselves. And I have no doubt in my mind, Mr. Henry Evingham got banned a lot. Henry, what about you? Were you much of an ECW fan back then?
I, honest to God, didn't know ECW existed until the invasion. And even then, I still didn't know very much about it. Most of the exposure I've had to ECW has been doing this. And I like what I'm seeing. I don't know it very well, which seems weird because being from the Northeast, you'd think I'd have at least heard of it.
There you go. Well, I think you're all in for a treat. And I haven't even watched this, so I'm in for a treat too. And I also just realized Chris Candido is like in the first 2 matches. I think I know what happens there, but about to find out. So for those of you following along with us, jump onto your WWE network, look up ECW November to Remember 1997. You can pause this video that you're watching right now while you get that queued up to the beginning of the show. I believe my co-host, you are all ready, right?
Oh, we're ready to go.
Ready.
Absolutely.
Well, then on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. And in typical ECW style, doesn't Joey Styles open every show from the ring, or is he not here right now?
I thought that's weird. I thought
he
he
did.
did.
There, I just see the ring announcer.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
He was just so small you couldn't see him. Frank, I know you know what that feels like.
What'd you say?
Ouch. That's just
I
a
said he's
sick
so
burn.
small you can't see him. I said,
Oh.
Frank, you must know what that feels like.
Yeah, I mean, with that fuda, I'll tell you, you can't see much.
What is a fuda?
A fat upper dick area.
Okay,
You've
then.
never heard-
Glad I asked.
You've never heard of a fupa?
I've heard of a fupa, but I'm surprised you have a fuda.
Just take out the What, you think I got a fupa? I don't got a
I
fupa.
mean, I'm not gonna lie, but I thought, yeah, maybe you got a fupa.
No fupa for me. I also have. Have you heard? I mean, this is a very very chronic problem. But I also have something called Dunlap syndrome. You guys ever heard of that? It's
No.
when your belly Dunlaps over your belt. Yeah. So it's like.
It's funny though, because when I was talking to Megan the other night, she told me that, Frank, you have a dicky do. Do you know what that means?
No.
She says that your belly sticks out further than your dicky do.
Oh my god. I don't think she'd know that, but.
No, she doesn't know that. At least I don't
Or at
think
least
she
she
knows
won't
that.
until she watches this show.
Oh my god. We gotta get her on here. We're gonna get her.
On what, your dicky do, or on the show?
No. But she's not gonna want the dicky do.
I would
That's how I
say
want the
first
dicky
one
do.
than the other, but I feel like that gets us kicked off the internet.
I mean,
Oh my god.
potentially. My gosh, this intro to November to Remember, just watching this crazy shit. You know what's funny, actually, now I think about it, I saw a little bit of ECW clips and we
Oof.
trade pictures on AOL of various things, obviously porn being one of them, but also crazy shit like this. And this got me into, like, I don't know, did anybody here ever look at the clips of backyard wrestling back in the 90s?
I saw some shit, but not that stuff. I mean, I thought what Mick Foley did in his backyard was crazy. So like and and on on Chat Pack we watched some of those like that one guy that did some sort of weird move off the turnbuckle. The ring doesn't have much give to it, so his like both his knees popped out. Like
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
mean,
and my mom is rad. Yes. With the
yeah, like
sneakers.
that's some crazy shit. Like in the David Arquette a documentary, he was doing some backyard wrestling. It's just I wouldn't watch it or pay to see it. And some of that, like what is it, CZW or Gorilla
Yep.
something that
There's
Carl shows on the
CZW,
show.
there's
Yeah,
PWG.
yeah,
PWG is a
Pro
little
Wrestling Gorilla.
fancier, because they are trained professionals, but CZW is definitely a backyard thing.
Like
By the way,
they
fuck you, DJ Hyde. Just saying.
who?
DJ Hyde, he is the owner proprietor of CZW and All Around Scumbag.
Yeah, like Carl shows a lot on on the show a lot where they're on the top of a building and they like power bomb some guy off the top of the building into a truck bed full of tables and light tubes.
Like,
Oh yeah.
I
So
mean,
if you don't describe that as wrestling, that sounds like a tailgate party at a Bills game.
all right, but see, if you told me that this was happening at a tailgate party at a Bills game, I'd believe you. But does anybody think WWE is going to notice that?
No.
Or are you just fucking crazy?
yes,
Yes.
crazy, bloodthirsty, insane.
Wow.
Yes, all the
I'm
above.
hog watching here. What's going on, Chris Candido?
We got Chris Candido, and you are not hallucinating. That is Tommy Rogers in a ring in 1997.
Yeah, I
wrestling
don't know him very
Tommy
well. What?
Rogers,
The hair reminds me a little bit of WCW Steve Austin.
right? Tommy Rogers was one half of a tag team called the Fantastics with Bobby Fulton from the 1980s. It was kind of like a Midnight Express, Rock and Roll Express kind of ripoff, but they had the Chippendales bows and they wore like a coat with tails. Yes.
This
I remember that now.
referee being bigger than everybody else in the ring, like I feel like the referee could clean house.
Probably could. Although I wouldn't count Chris Candido out. He was smaller, but he could do some really cool stuff.
That's what Sonny said.
Well, I don't think at this point in time she was saying that, right? Wasn't she saying Shawn Michaels more?
I mean,
No, this was after they broke up.
Frank, you would know what Sonny was getting around this time if you open up that magazine that you got this week.
Yeah, nope. That ain't happening. That ain't happening.
Okay. Well,
When are we
No.
setting up the photo shoot for you to recreate that, Frank?
No, dude, nobody wants to see that. You do not want to see my flab. Anyway, no. Nobody
yes.
wants to see that.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Mike does. Or Mike does.
No. Again, I don't need that circulating in the top guy.
Show your food. Show
No.
your food.
No.
You wouldn't be
no.
able to if he's holding the belt in front of it.
I mean, yeah. True story.
It's-
True story.
Maybe you know what? If somebody could get me a replica winged eagle, maybe I would do it because that is
Deal.
like on my wish list.
Done.
Although last night, did you guys hear what I did last night?
He bought Tomato Face
Oh,
Sting.
yes.
I bought Wolfpack Sting. I bought Whiteface Sting. I bought Ultimate Warrior for $340, and they're all
Are these
Funko
Funko
Pops.
Pops?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Now,
Wait a second. You called Whiteface Sting. You didn't call him Crow Sting. You called him Whiteface Sting, but you called Wolfpack Sting Wolfpack Sting.
so I'm sorry. Should I have said Crow Sting?
It felt weird.
All right,
That's
Crow
what she said.
Sting.
That.
And the thing about Wolfpack Sting is he's extremely rare. So I've been looking at him for a while, and I went for it.
Frank, I'm not trying to make you feel bad about anything right now. If this is your hobby, it's your hobby. How much money have you put away for your daughter's college at this point? Is it more or less than what you've invested in Funko Pops?
Oh, much more. I'll be very honest with you. I've been able to in 6 months put $10,000 in the bank
I believe it.
just from working from home and COVID and stuff. So this hobby kind of happened. I blame Matt Levitt for it because he sent me the Macho Man Funko Pop and I stared at it for like 6 days, and then I started looking them up and I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's not too expensive. Oh, the Iron Sheik. Oh, and then next thing you know, I'm like, I really want CM Punk. I really want these Because the issue with the Funko Pops is the first runs, like the first like 5 that came out, they're not in stores anymore. So you got to go to eBay, you got to go to Amazon, and they're just, especially with Punk. Like if I want CM Punk and AJ Lee, it's over $700 for the both of them. Like maybe one day, but I mean, it just
About this Funko Pop thing is it just sends me right back to Beanie Babies in the 90s.
I feel that way with it. But see, like I'm like I actually bought a Funko Pop that is not WWE, and I bought one for my boss too. It's the Mandalorian taking off with the baby Yoda.
Child.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says the Mandalorian and the child. So
Mhm.
I'm excited about that one too. But I eventually, once I catch up with WWE, I want to go to The Office and Friends, and we'll see where it goes from there. But it could get really, really ugly.
Yeah, it's funny how you say that, Frank. My wife and I, when I say funny, I said funny how you said in a few short months during the pandemic you're able to save 10 grand, which you know, we can meet privately later for you to give me 10 grand just for being your friend. But my wife and I, when we got engaged, we decided that we lived in downtown in Chicago. We had our house in Michigan that we would go to typically just for weekends to get away from the city, and we made a decision to move to the lake house for the summer and work from there. And in that summer, we were able to save up enough to pay for our wedding and our honeymoon, which
Jesus
we'll just say was a
Christ.
lot of fucking money. In like 5 months' time, it was amazing. So I know we bust your balls for letting your parents live with you and your grandmother live with you, but at the same point in time, like it's the fucking pandemic. Pardon my French. Like it's not like you're going to the bar bringing home women every other night anyway. So do
Yeah,
what you
there
can
you
to
go.
save your
Yeah,
money.
that
And
and
you got a
that's
daughter to keep. That's your number one priority too. So
once once Christmas is over, I'm going right back. I was saving. I was literally putting over. God, there was one couple months I was putting in like 2 grand. Just wasn't spending my money, so it,
yeah.
you know, I mean, this Funko thing will calm down once I want to get back to
That's beautiful, and I want
Said
it.
since the beginning.
what?
That's what you said since the beginning, since you started on these Funko Pop train. I can stop whenever I want. This isn't a big deal.
$5,000 later.
Well, I mean, I in the last 4 weeks I've probably spent 1,800. So I gotta chill. I gotta chill. I've got 12 more coming in right now. That's what. Well, actually, yeah, about 12 that are out on order right now, and then I gotta calm down. I really do.
You've spent more on these Funko Pops than I have in rebuilding my wardrobe.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It sounds about right. Yeah. And I need to. And I haven't. I've still been putting money away, but not as much as I'd like to.
For sure.
So, I mean, Christmas for me is so stressful. I don't know how anybody else feels about it, but like trying to come up with gifts for my daughter, and it's just stressful, and I don't know.
I feel you there. The good news is my son being as young as he is, he really doesn't get Christmas. So like this year is not, I mean, it's gonna be cool for him, but he's not gonna know any better, right? It's funny though, because my father couldn't give two craps about gifts. He'll buy something for his grandson, but that's about it. He used to buy me a gift here and there. But like to me, it's all about the kids. I would be totally fine not exchanging gifts with any other adult, maybe my wife, but anybody else, no need. My mother is the biggest, like, she looks forward to gifts. She overthinks and overanalyzes every gift choice that there is. And I get stressed because if I don't buy her a gift, I'm going to hear about it until the following Christmas, how I didn't buy her a Christmas gift. So therefore, I don't like Christmas now because it's like, this is about my kid. I don't want to be worrying about buying my mom something. Like just the other day, she sends me a text of like a $200 air fryer. I'm thinking to myself, man, when I was a kid, and this is the truth, my mom never cooked dinner. My dad always cooked. I'm like, buy you an air fryer for what? So the thing can sit on the counter? Like, my parents are divorced, by the way. So
An air fryer.
yeah.
Wow.
And my mother was one of those gadget people too, and I have in my kitchen, I have the KitchenAid, which I use. That was a gift for me. I have an air fryer. We have a Fry Daddy. We have an Instant Pot. We have a rice cooker, none of which I use. I was taught to cook with a cast iron skillet and baking. Like I don't use the gadgets. So all these things are collecting dust in my kitchen. But I am very much the same as your mom, Mike, in that I look forward to being able to give people gifts. I love being able to share and send people things. I don't ever expect anything in return because for me, it's about sharing and giving. So it's my second favorite time of the year, right behind Halloween, because I'm a spooky bitch.
I'm right there with you, giving gifts, but that's not my mom. It's all it's the gift she's gonna receive. She expects something, and it's like that's what drives me crazy. Like, no, but no, I totally agree. Before we go too much further, it's where we're at right now, about 8:16 p.m. Eastern. For those of you watching along with us, we're at 13 minutes, 15 seconds, 16 seconds, and 17 seconds. True over under before after, however you want to do it. We'll say 8:35. Carl Mandic shows up. Does he show up before 8:35 Eastern or after 8:35 Eastern? That would give him 20 minutes from right now. After. Okay.
After.
Mm-hmm.
After.
Push.
What if I set it for 9 o'clock Eastern?
Before then, I would like to think he would be in here before then.
Okay, so what do you think, Frank?
I'm gonna say before 9.
Okay.
Unless you know something we don't know, Mike.
I don't. The last text I have from him is from a half an hour ago when he said, "En route home ASAP." And I said, "Fine, just join muted. I'll introduce you. We're starting in 3 minutes." And he just said, "Perf, my apologies." I also would not be surprised if he just doesn't show, right? Like he got home, sat on the can, and
Yeah, I was
Took an 8-hour nap.
I mean, I'm sure he is taking medicine from his procedure, so you never know.
I mean, he was at the
For
bar
those who
watching
don't know,
the Packer game.
Who won the
Yeah.
Packer
Yeah.
game?
With his mom.
Packers.
Not really. Who are they playing today?
Those Eagles.
Not really a surprise. The Eagles are trash this season.
Well, Jalen Hurts? Is that his name?
Hurts.
He wound up in the game. I switched over to watch it. I'll be very honest. I was so frustrated with the Titans game that I did not watch much of the second half. The only time I did was my phone gives me alerts, so I didn't put it on Do Not Disturb, and then it would tell me when the Titans were on offense. I refused to watch their defense after the performance of the opening half. So it was.
Yeah.
So I kept going back and forth to the
that
other
game
games.
too, and I took a nap. Like they got to the halftime, and I'm just like, I'm out. I'm taking.
I mean, if you the final. Oh, Antonio.
And joining us from the Northeast, the frozen tundra of Rochester, New York.
And his bus.
In his bus, behind the local Walmart, Antonio Santos. Antonio, how you doing this evening?
Hey, doing good. How about you guys?
Doing great,
what
buddy.
Day
doing
is it
great.
today, buddy? Is it day 20 today?
No, you're like
about to be 21.
Yeah, he was gonna say he's almost 3 weeks in.
That's amazing. That's so awesome.
That's a huge win, man. Like a huge personal win. Like after Christmas, I've got to find a way to get my ass up to New York and just fucking hang with you guys. I'm gonna go pick up Henry, and we're gonna
take a road trip to Rochester.
Road trip to Rochester. Yep.
Frank, can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Don't rent a Ford Mustang to do it. Because I mean this with love, but I don't know how the three of you are fitting in a Ford Mustang. I mean it with love.
It's simple. Until we pick up Antonio, I'll fit just fine. When we pick up Antonio, I'm driving a Ford Mustang for the first time in my life. Antonio and Frank can fight over who gets to sit in the trunk.
Wait, I want Antonio to just drive me around in his bus all day. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I gotta see some of these wackadoos.
I'll ride back and forth on the bus all day long in Rochester. That actually sounds like it'd be fun.
Right, we'll call it riding in Rochester.
Yeah,
we'll need to get one of those GoPro things though, so one of us can wear a camera.
I'd be like, and now in the back of the bus, some lady seems to be lighting her hands on fire.
Isn't she beautiful?
She seems to be a little fucked up.
A little.
And now there's a naked man running past the bus.
Wait a second, that's Antonio.
Some dude is servicing another dude in the back seat here. He
He
looks
did fit 5 of us
following.
in the Mustang in Jacksonville. I don't know how we did it.
not
but we fit
comfortably,
5
man.
of us
Like
in there.
To be
Like, I
fair,
was
Carl
almost-
is skinny enough that he's like half a person in terms of
He
seating
did
in an
end up
automobile.
because Frank was driving, Phil was in the front seat because he had the longest legs of all of us because he's the tallest. And in the back was me and Mark Nelson, and then Carl was basically sitting in our lap.
Yeah, we have a picture of that, don't we? Of him.
We
Yeah.
like,
do
squished
have a
in.
picture of that.
Like, I was
yes.
so close to the steering wheel at one point. I think my gut could have driven the car. It
I'm
was
so
bad.
glad all of these are sold out.
Now,
I,
what is this interference? I'm not quite understanding what's happening here.
I think it's about to turn into a tag team match. If I had to
Yes,
be
they
honest.
got sick of the interference and they turn it into a tag team match.
Well, was it at this point in time? Lance was part of the. Was it the Tri City or the three? What was the faction? Lance Storm and Candido were in with somebody else.
You really
God,
don't know.
I don't know.
Come on.
I just know it ended up being a look at the.
And wasn't it
what do they
Just
call
Incredible,
The
wasn't
rat
it, too?
tail on Lance Storm there with the flat top and a rat tail. Oh my!
what was it, Mike?
I found Wolfpack Sting.
How
For
much?
how much?
It's sold out, but the website I found it on is selling it for $8.95.
Yeah,
That was the
but it's
original price.
yeah, it's sold out, man. That's the thing. You can't find those anymore. I looked on eBay and I found one like under $100, but the box was all messed up.
I
So-
Oh, here's the referee on the microphone. The referee is making the decision. Figure this out.
The
The
ref
referee
made the
has now
decision.
made this a tag team match. Yes.
Why can't WWE do this from time to time?
Is that John Finnegan?
Yes, that is John Finnegan. Thank you for the name. I didn't remember his name.
I just remember him getting
Oh.
powerbomb at One Night Stand 2005.
Yep. But they actually talk about this. Our friends on Saved by the Pod actually covered this show this week, which is why we were inspired to copy them, because imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. To actually watch this show, and none of them understood why the referee made the decision either, and
You could
neither
tell
did I.
Efren didn't like it at all.
Efren was not happy. No,
Chris
I mean he was happy
Candido's-
with the hog watching, but
Did you guys just see that Chris Candido's brown eye just got shown to the entire
oh
crowd?
my!
Wait, they actually
I'm
showed
gonna
it?
have to rewind
Well,
that.
Oh, is
they
that?
sh-
Oh, his butt.
Yeah, they didn't show it,
Yeah.
but you could tell.
Well,
Yeah, he
they
had to pull
probably
his trunks up
did on
after.
regular on the original pay-per-view, but this is WCW or EC. I don't know.
This is not WCW. This is not
Yeah,
where the
I
big
know.
boys play. This is where we go to get extreme.
And Frank, to answer your question, they were known as Triple Threat.
Oh,
There
see,
you
I was
go.
looking it up too. Yeah, okay.
Frank, there's a Sting and Lex Luger signed Funko Pop 2-pack,
Ooh, that's beautiful, and I want
And how
it.
much is it?
$95.
Yeah,
Oh,
I have that already. It's just not signed.
How many of us here have bought belts?
I have.
I got
Yeah.
0.
I have 0 right now.
So if someone is selling a title belt for $2,650, is it the real thing?
No,
I
it's
mean,
either a
you
very
can't
high
trust it.
quality replica or it's been signed by a big name, but you can't, unless it's a verified seller that you know is someone who's
Shut
purchased from them. There's
Put
no
the
way
link.
of
Put the link in the
knowing.
chat. Put the link in the chat. I want to see this thing.
Yes, we'll
For those of
investigate
you
for
who can't actually see it, it claims to be a real WCW United States Heavyweight Championship belt.
I want to see it. Put it in the chat.
Put the
Yeah.
link in
I'm
the
working
chat.
on it, Frank. I can only do so much. I can only do so many things at
Henry,
once.
you know what? Now that
Title of Henry sex tape. I'm working on it, Frank. I can only do so many things at once.
Henry's gotten a little sassy now that he's come out of his shell, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah, especially last night.
Oh, last night he was on fire. It was
Yeah. How late
awesome.
did you guys stay till?
I think I finally jumped out about 3 a.m.
Yeah, I was.
I think I
Yes,
was
'cause
around
it
like
was 11
2:30.
o'clock.
Oh my!
It
That,
was
that
11
looks
o'clock
that
for
looks
me,
real.
so it was 3 a.m.
That was what I thought. You wouldn't be able to get away with selling even a high quality replica for any more than like $2,000.
Mike, check that out.
I
Go on there
am,
and
but
check
I'm
it out.
also looking at the fact that it's in Tel Aviv, Israel.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Is
And
it?
they,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm going to look at the
Um,
seller as well. The seller's
Yeah,
got a few
that's the
different
main
things. This looks like this. I wonder if this is one that like somebody like recreated. I
If
don't
they
know.
did, it's a hell of a nice looking recreation.
I mean,
I would
yes, but
I would expect it to be a little bit more worn if it was a
that
used
looks,
belt.
yeah.
do you
A
see the
used belt, it's gonna be
WWF title
faded
he's
up.
got?
Yeah, I was just there.
Yeah, that doesn't. No, that does not look like a ring worn to me. It's just too
No.
nice. Like the leather is just too nice. It's not
Now
like it
somebody
looks like it's been laid and displayed, not actually worn and held and tossed around.
that doesn't necessarily mean though that it's not real. I imagine they probably had prop belts. And when I say prop belts for this purpose, I mean actual belts that you could use in a ring setting if it came right down to it, like TV belts, but they weren't the belts that the wrestlers themselves carried from place to place to place.
What was the name of the guy that used to make the WWF belts?
Dave Milliken.
Or Reggie Parks.
Right.
Reggie
Okay.
Parks. Yeah.
So this legitimately says crafted by Dave Milligan on it. But that gotta it but it looks like it's in too good a condition.
Hey
yeah.
Frank, here's
Yeah.
what I want you to do. Go back to that WWF one you saw.
That's the one I'm looking at now.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to send you a link to a photo of what that belt should look like. And I'll tell you right now that I knew right away that that one of the WWF belt was fake. Because if you look at the WWF logo at the top,
It's got the reverse, right?
right? And if you look at like, pulling up pictures of what it really looked like, it didn't have the reverse, unless I'm wrong.
I remember see
No.
that looks familiar to me. I think Hogan, when Hogan had that belt, it was like that. My thing is I really feel like this is a recreation because it's in too good
Yeah,
condition.
this is not. Yeah.
I'll tell you, every picture on Google image search of that belt, though, does not have the reverse logo.
I feel like I've seen it like that before. Let me see what it looked like when Iron Sheik had it.
Where's Carl when you need him for a Sheiky baby?
Sheiky baby.
If the first belt I'm gonna get is a AEW replica belt for 170.
Nice.
Yeah.
My friend bought one. It's like it's actually pretty good for how it was made.
Nice. The one that I want to get now, because I have 5, I want to get the NWA World Women's Championship, the Mildred Burke belt.
I found another belt that the price they're selling it for makes me think it's real. It's an old style World Wrestling Federation Intercontinental Heavyweight title belt. It looks kind of like the one that like Macho Man and a Honky Tonk Man had.
Oh no! See, the one that Sheik has is a big circle one.
Are we talking about the belt still?
Yeah. No, I'm looking at what the WWF title looked like when Sheik had it, and it was big.
Oh,
and
he had
green
it
and
before
round.
that. Yeah,
But
that
then-
was the Bruno belt.
Yeah. See, Hogan has it there, but this is the.
Doesn't
WWF
Hogan
title
eventually
has
cross into the Winged Eagle?
Yeah.
Or
It does. But the one he had at WrestleMania 3 is.
It
Wasn't
looks
it
like our
Saturday's
next
night?
match is in the ring. We have Mikey Whipwreck, and is it Just Incredible he's facing here?
That's what I thought it was. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna be honest. I've been spending so much time on this eBay thing. Who won the tag match?
There was a tag match.
Candido and
There was a tag match.
You know what? Yeah, I think you're right here. Well,
After the finish, Candido got a sign from the crowd that says Candido Show Stealer and celebrated in the ring with that.
Somebody just held up a sign in the crowd that says Dave Meltzer fears Wade Keller.
Frank, I'm
Also-
sorry about the Titans.
Are you really though? Because I thought you were gonna be on Rebel, Antonio, and I came black. Can you can see me right now, right?
Yeah.
I spent most of Rebel like this.
Oh, shit.
Were there a lot of people on
You
Rebel?
gotta stop that, Frank.
About 25.
Cool.
It was fun.
Now-
I mean, they I will say, no, you know, and I love AFS, but it's like they very with her, they're very strict. It's an hour, that's it. When the hour's up, they're like, okay, we're done.
Now with Rebel,
So-
it's not a good idea for her to go on there for me.
Yeah, there's too much open encouragement of alcohol on that one.
Yeah.
Well, the thing too that tonight she was talking about how she because of the pandemic she's learned that she doesn't like to wear bras and she started playing with herself, and I'm like, huh, this is somewhat softcore porn.
Mhm.
Because she's like, I just didn't. She's like, I didn't like them, and she's like rubbing herself, and I'm like, ugh.
I'm like, I can identify because those things fucking hurt at the end of the day. I'm like, get off of me, Satan.
And then meanwhile, when Rebel's saying this stuff, Frank is like, nobody can see me. Zip.
Shut up! Get out
So
of here.
actually, Frank, I got to tell you something, brother. I'm working on a side project that we can discuss at a later date on potentially where it may end up. My hope, well, I think you can connect it out somewhere. I'm hoping it'll end up. But I need a very important part of this, my team, to run what I want to run, and it's you. You want more details, don't you?
I do, but
I'm
I
glad.
hope again. I hope
So you
you're
have to
not
whip it out.
Oh boy.
No, actually, Frank's good with numbers. He's an accountant.
Yeah.
For those, well, he's an accounting, I should say. And are you trying to get? Are you a controller or you're like that's the next step for you?
It's the next step, but I'm also I'm on track to be the director.
Okay.
With Mina Group, but if I leave hospitality and go to another business, high level accounting manager or controller.
Gotcha. So this has been thrown around. Have you ever heard of the game TEW? I may have
Yes.
texted this to you.
Wrestling simulation.
Yes.
I think so.
So it's a wrestling simulation. It's a game though, and it's like it's a very like real world game. So there's a couple different wrestling simulators out there. There's TNM, which I used to play, still do every now and then. I love it. That's like I want to see Bret Hart versus CM Punk and watch what that match would look like on my computer, text based, mind you. What TEW does though is like, I mean, it's you set cards and you book who's going to win, things like that. But the rest of it, it's like you got to manage the budget, you got to manage your contracts, you got to manage your TV deals.
Oh shit, that sounds fun.
It really is. So where I'm going with this though is I want to. There's two things I want to do. This one, I'd love to just start from a point in time and call it. Well, they're both called the same thing, but essentially rewrite wrestling history and say I want to start June of 1998 as the WWF and see where we'd be today if what we could rewrite with that instead of following it exactly how they did it. The show I want to propose though is like WrestleManias to WrestleManias or Starrcades to Starrcades. So like maybe we want to do one and do it so we rewrite wrestling history from WrestleMania 3 to WrestleMania 4. Like what if Hogan didn't beat Andre at 3, never slams him, never wins it, and you get to like have a whole year of Andre as champ and Hogan's got to redeem himself. Like could we rebook that differently?
Oh wow.
And yeah, so and I think like a lot of people would be interested in it. Now the downside is it's time consuming because you have all this shit to manage. Like that's just one piece of it, right? Like you need someone to manage the accounting aspect, which I mean, obviously I'm selfishly thinking of you on that one because you'd be way better at it than me. Obviously all of us get together to make booking decisions. But there's, if you're going to start a new storyline, like that's a part of the game where you have to like go to the workers and say, thinking about starting you in a storyline with this person now, get their feedback from it. It's very interesting and cool. So there's just a lot to be done, but I was going to weigh your interest on being a part of that because of how hands-on it is. So like for us to do probably a year's worth of shows would probably take, I'm going to conservatively say 3 months. And that's not doing it every day by any means. I think we could get through probably a month's worth of shows in a week, but it'd be so fun. I think
I would totally do it.
I got excited. I think I got to change my pants.
Uh-oh. Well,
not the first time you had to change your pants in the bus either.
One of my all-time favorite wrestling games, I think it was SmackDown versus Raw 2008, where you could actually take control of the show, and after you drafted your stars, you basically ran the show. You didn't do TV. That part was a bit advanced, but you controlled a budget. You had to make business decisions that would make your brand better. Well, that would make either SmackDown better than Raw or Raw better than SmackDown, because I don't know of anybody that could successfully do that. I think that one had ECW in it too as a third
Yeah,
option.
it did.
Yep.
It did.
But with no tag titles and only the ECW championship, I tried once and I stuck through it for like 8 months within the game. And when it became more than obvious that I couldn't win anymore, like Raw and SmackDown were here and I'm still here and nothing's moving, I finally gave up. But that kind of thing, I enjoy that. Something like that would be within my wheelhouse too.
That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
and
I would
as
be
an
definitely
as
interested in that.
if you're
Yeah.
if you haven't purchased it yet, because it does cost money, get to EW 2016, not 2020. They still have not worked out all the bugs and stuff in 2020. You can still download a lot of mods so you can get the people that you need for these. Because I have tons of friends that play this game.
Mhm.
So TEW 16 is going to be your best bet, and there's tons of mods and rosters that you can harvest
Yeah.
whoever you need to.
So I grabbed 2020. You can grab mods for 2016. And there's a conversion in 2020 that pulls it in. That's everyone that I've done has happened to work out fine. But you're spot on. There are still some bugs they're working on it too. Henry, what were you going to say?
Well, I was about to say at first, she sounded like she said WWE 2K20 because the audio cut out there for a second. And then I happened to look over at the TV and there's this guy sitting over in the corner holding on to himself. Who is that?
I got to wait for it to come back. Unless you're talking about Just Incredible's manager, Jason.
I think that's who I might be talking about.
Yeah, that's Jason.
Oh, yes, because he got low blowed. Mikey Ripper kicked him.
He got body slammed into the ring. I saw that. But I'm like,
yes, and then
who is
Mikey
this Buff
kicked him in the
Bagwell looking guy? And what is he doing in
Jason.
ECW?
Oof. Did you guys ever notice how much the ECW rings bounce? How bouncy they are? That's the only way they could have pulled off some of these moves without killing themselves.
Yes, and they had a lot of lucha influence, so it makes sense that they would want a bouncier ring.
And the ropes seem a little bit looser too.
It could be that they're using just rope versus cable, though. I don't know what kind of ropes they used.
So it's 35.
They're a little bit softer than cable.
I've always assumed that. I thought, do they use legitimate rope? I thought it was always chain wrapped with tape.
No, it's cable. It's never been chain because that would fucking hurt. It would be a steel cable. But in WWE, they do use it's actual rope that's wrapped in tape. But this could be either rope or steel cable, depending on what they got. That was cheaper. I know in TNA, when they had the 6-sided ring, they used cable. And that's why a lot of the guys hated it because it hurt like fuck when you're trying to run the ropes. Because they're not actual rope.
Can we just talk about how a 6-sided ring was the stupidest fucking thing I ever saw in my life?
And guess what? We can rebook that in TEW.
All right. I will totally rebook that.
It's $35, right?
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Just when if you're gonna buy it, Antonio, just know that there are like Brandi was saying, there's mods. So text me or Brandi or whatever, we could point you in the right direction. Because when you first download it, there's like 6 wrestlers in it, and it's all fake. Like you need to download mod stuff.
You have to download mods, to get people. Yeah.
Probably like
we got
Tuesday
Al
night.
Snow.
Probably like Tuesday or Wednesday night. I'm
one
gonna
of
download it, then I'll text you guys.
I think this is one of the infamous head promos because they tracked this on Saved by the Pod.
Yeah, he's yelling at
Well, then you got a half naked Blue Meanie in the background zipping up his fly. You couldn't have had him not doing like.
They're in the locker room. It's not like there's a lot of places where you can shoot stuff in this arena. I mean,
Frank,
it's ECW.
Who's got a better body, you or Blue Meanie?
Oh, Blue Meanie.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, Blue Meanie.
No way. Could you rock shorts like Blue Meanie?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The irony is I'm sitting here in Daisy Duke short shorts right now.
My thing is that I'm very like with the surgery, like I'm misproportioned right now, so I don't look good at all.
Misproportioned?
Yeah, like if you were to look at my my upper fatness before the food area, some of it hangs lower than the other because I'm losing weight. So it looks I'm disgusted by myself, quite frankly.
No man has ever looked more beautiful in his entire life, Frank Bruno, than you do right now, and no man ever will.
Okay.
Oh.
All
Note
right.
that I
as
said that
as-
with a completely straight face, deadpan.
Frank, when you go to New York and you pick up Henry, make sure to keep your drinks close to you because I don't want you to get roofied.
One,
Eh,
that's
Oh my God.
that's just not nice.
What, to stop you from roofing somebody?
No, to roofie people. That's just wrong. Two, the only time we'd be close enough for something like that to happen would be in a car. And why in God's name would anybody roofie the driver of an automobile on the highway?
I mean, if you guys are driving down the highway and Frank's driving and you're shotgun, like I could just see you just randomly putting your hand on his inner thigh while he's driving.
I could also see Frank roofieing drinks and me accidentally drinking the roofied drink.
Man, Taz is coming out. He looks like a badass.
Why in the fuck would I roofie anybody?
Oh, I think that's the part where Efren got kind of mad about it.
Yeah, speaking of hog watching, that
Yeah.
that
Is that
unfortunately,
is that the
Efren,
pit bull
thanks
that
for
kills
that.
his wife?
To be the
Why
man,
would-
you
Anthony
have to be
Durante,
tan.
Yes,
Oh well,
is,
he doesn't like Taz, right?
Efren does not like Taz,
Yeah,
no, but
I haven't
unfortunately,
finished
just
the
with what
episode.
he's wearing, when he takes off that title, hi there. He's also all oiled up on his thighs. Okay.
Brandy's about to climax here, I think. By the way,
I was just distracted. Sorry.
we totally lost the Carl bet.
Yeah.
Is he here?
No.
Motherfucker.
He's not going to be here for at least. Well, yeah. Wait,
And
did
he
I
hasn't
say?
texted me either.
Well, no. The
You said
second one
nine.
was 9. The second one was
Next
9.
is
He's still got
9.
18 minutes.
But yes, this
Good
is the
job.
pit bull. It was an overdose situation with number 2 and his wife, or his girlfriend, or whatever the hell it was.
They
Pitbull
said it
number
was a
1, Gary
murder-suicide.
Wolf is still with us.
You know, as
I'm just gonna bring this up, and I'm sorry, Henry, but this happened less than 2 miles from my house.
That's crazy.
Him and his wife lived in Westerly, Rhode Island. Look it up.
That's insane.
I look at
crazy.
Taz standing there in the corner with that belt, and I flash back in my head to a promo he's going to try to cut on Jim Ross like 3 years later, where Jerry the King Lawler belts him in the mouth, and he deserves it. That storyline was just awful, what they did with Taz and Jim Ross. But
I want
I
to know what the idea was for that, because JR is obviously not going to get in the ring and wrestle Taz. So what on earth is the payoff there? If you're going to feud with Jerry Lawler, then cut promos about Jerry Lawler. It's not like there's a
Jerry
not a
Lawler doesn't
litany
easily
of-
have anything to pick on, though, because Jerry Lawler was
fuck yes, he does.
I-
There is all sorts of things you can make fun of about Jerry.
fair. I give you that. But Jerry Lawler is also a bona fide badass, where Jim Ross wasn't.
Sassafras.
Sassafras. Yes.
Oh. Guys, I'll be back in an hour.
Take your time,
All
buddy.
right, drive safe.
Don't
I
pick
will.
up any
Fighting a good
hookers.
fight.
I'll try not to. But if there's temptation, I'll let you know. All right, bye.
Bye.
I think Frank's yelling at somebody.
It could be the dog. I don't.
No, trust
think-
me. He's looking up.
Oh, I
No,
think
he was
might be
looking
talking to his
down.
mom or something.
It's mom or dad. Mom or
this is
dad.
true.
Was it Mama Bruno or Papa Bruno?
Yeah, that was Papa.
Oh, you don't look happy.
Ugh.
Well, he's like, "Can I have some of your candy?" I'm like, "It's my only thing I treat myself with," and he wanted my favorite. My favorite is these. I love these things.
You didn't
Caramel
share
M&Ms.
candy with your dad?
I totally did. I totally did.
I was gonna say, man, after putting him through the Playgirl thing, I might have to like go to samsclub.com and buy that man some candy and ship it
Wait,
there.
wait a minute, Mike. What you want to do? Stick with the M&M theme. You go to there. The M&M's has like a store down in Midtown Manhattan where they sell
Oh, I've
all
been there,
kinds
Henry.
of different.
I've been there.
So have I. It's like fat person heaven if you like M&Ms.
If you like chocolate, yes.
Can you even go there right now because of COVID?
I mean, no force on earth nor hell in a pandemic would make me go to a major city like New York. I, I'll be honest, there are days I don't entirely value other human beings or life, but going somewhere like New York in the midst of a pandemic just strikes me as a dumb idea. Period.
I mean, Henry, because you work in retail is why you feel that way. Because for the longest time, I was the same way. I worked for Walmart for 8 fucking years, so I totally get it. I think first of all, working in a customer service environment, you appreciate the small things like saying thanks, or that's okay, or not getting heated. Like when I go to Dunkin' Donuts, I will be honest with you, they screw my order. I go to Dunk once a day. I get a coffee once a day, and I get the same thing every day on my mobile app, and they screw it up a couple times a week. So I did, just from my experiences at Walmart, I don't get heated about it. I'm not a dick about it. I don't, because I appreciate the fact that they got to do that. You know, I was yelled at, spit at. I mean, the things that I dealt with in Walmart over my time there, I totally understand why you feel that way. But I think when if you at some point don't work in retail, you'll learn to appreciate customer service better, but you won't feel that way anymore about like.
I
not
remember
liking people.
I used to, for the first 2 years I worked where I work now, I worked 2 jobs. One of them was retail, one of them was fast food. And
That's
I
even
learned,
worse.
well, in fast food was where I developed a lot of the skills to work in a retail setting. And where
Yeah, but people are bigger dicks there, aren't they? Who's
they
that guy?
it looks
That
isn't that fake Sting?
I don't know who this is, honestly.
That guy looks like fake Sting. At least he does with the sunglasses on.
You know what we need to does Meltzer do the ratings on this?
Is that Brockus?
Brockus!
Ooh,
That's
it
it!
is.
That's Brockus!
Can we get Meltzer ratings for the last couple of matches?
Motherfucker. Yeah, I got him right here.
I feel like he was very critical of ECW.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
it is
an
Dave
understatement. All right, so November to remember. Should I give like the poll results of thumbs up, thumbs down in the middle, or wait till the end on those?
Wait till the end on that one.
I was gonna say I want to hear them both. So where you put them, it doesn't matter to me.
Well, so I'm just gonna let you know that we missed the best match because we were all looking at other things, but the best match was supposedly the tag match.
Really?
Well, I mean, they had the best.
Well, that was.
workers.
Let me rephrase that. That was the poll that they took. That was the best match.
Oof. Oh, those look so stiff. Those shots on him. Oh my God. Is that the security guard?
Oh my.
Looks-
Shit.
Looks like a little mini King Kong Bundy. He beat the hell out of him.
So the tag match was given 2 3/4 stars. Mikey Whipwreck and Just Incredible was giving 1 3/4. Taz and Pitbull number 2, a half a star.
It
Because
also
was
went like 90 seconds.
What are you two seeing? Are you three seeing on screen?
I just saw Bam Bam throw Spike into the crowd.
You saw him lawn dart him
I
out into the
saw him-
audience.
I saw him being crowd surfed.
Well, I mean, that's happening now. I mean, I think we're all close in proximity. Like right now, I'm at 45, 46.
I'm at 46.10.
I find it amazing.
46-15, 46-16.
Bam Bam
All right, then
Bigelow
I'm gonna push myself forward a little bit here, guys. A couple, like 20 seconds.
was not
shit.
a small dude. It amazes me that he could lift somebody up like that
Oh.
and just heave them like 20 feet into the crowd.
I gotta be
Right?
honest. I really feel like Bam Bam was completely underrated and underappreciated.
Absolutely.
I love Bam Bam Bigelow. I
Bam
love
Bam
the
was so
ECW
talented.
Bigelow the best.
My mother wanted to name me Bam Bam.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that, or us that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Frank's fine wanted to name him Jim Bob, Joe, whatever.
Billy Joe Jim Bob. Thank God she didn't do that to me.
What? Why did she want to name you Billy Joe Jim Bob?
Because all of her named after all of her brothers.
Oh Lord.
My
that-
mom is one of 8. So, She was
That's
trying to pay homage. Thank God they decided to pay homage to my grandfather
Are
instead.
Billy Joe and Jim and Bob still alive?
Yes. Yep. One of her siblings that passed away was my Aunt Deb. She had this is what irritates me about the healthcare system is she had I think it's not ovarian, but what's the thing below the ovary?
Uterine?
She had uterine cancer.
Yes.
And but she was out of work and she wasn't going to get, or she didn't have health insurance, and she wasn't going to get it until January. So she had to wait 3 months to get it removed, and by that time it had metastasized.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So unfortunately she lost her battle in 2011. But yeah, I'm thankful that it I could imagine what she would have thought for a girl. Like, Jesus.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Maybe
for
I
sure.
would have been I would have been a Francine, maybe.
Well, you wouldn't have been as hot as ECW's
I was
Francine.
gonna say I wouldn't have her titties, so oh shit.
I mean, you're good looking, Frank, but no, you
Oh
wouldn't. do
no,
that.
see, I don't. Brandy, I think you say that because you dig me a lot more than other people do. I don't look. I'm
I
very
didn't say I wasn't biased.
I'm very self-deprecating. I don't find myself attractive at all.
So,
And,
so
We
Brandy, I
have to
think the only
stop
way
being
that
the
you
same
can,
person.
the only way, Brandy, I think you can make Frank feel better is I think you're gonna have to start sending him some nudies.
we've come close.
I think you
I
guys should
just
become
watched Brandy's eyes almost completely bug out of her head.
Brandy,
that
do
kind
you-
of made my
trust
day.
me, nobody
Hey,
wants to see
James
me
Elkerai's
naked.
on TV.
It's
Did you
Joel
just-
Gertner.
Oh, where's Elkarai when you need him? We should
I
have
like
got him
how-
on here, but I think he's doing a watch along on the pay-per-view.
Thanks for the segue there, Henry, because Brandy and Frank didn't know how to get out of that one.
Nope.
God, yeah, bless you, bless you.
You're welcome.
We need to get that board where you can track things. I'll buy the damn thing, as long as it's not too expensive, because I think we should track things on here.
Can we do that and not get in trouble?
As long
If
as
we-
it
if
doesn't
we
go
track
over a
it,
certain period of
yeah.
time.
Like I want to, like what Joel Gertner's saying right now.
But you can listen to it.
My dick. He just said, my dick is so big, it's hard to stop from hurting her Gertner.
Oh my lord.
I want to hear Elkerai say that about 5 times fast now. I don't even know why.
Hey guys, we're 7 minutes away from the 9 o'clock hour that you guys were convinced Carl would be here for.
Carl.
How heavy is the
Don't
traffic?
text him. Don't text him.
I'm
just making sure he hasn't texted me.
How
From
heavy
now
could
on,
the traffic
when he doesn't
possibly
show up,
be?
we just need to assume he's fallen asleep on the toilet.
Frank, what you should do is for tomorrow's chat pack,
There's a sign that says little dick.
when you and Megan have chat pack, whatever time Carl says to show up at, you and Megan should agree to show up 45 minutes late.
Well, she's like first time she was on, she was like prompt on time, and I kind of had a feeling that Carl, I think he told us 8:20, and I had a feeling that it wasn't going to be 8:20, so I jumped into the private chat with her and I said, and if Carl watches this back, just know I love you, brother. But we've come to the terms with the fact that when you say 8:20, it usually means it could start between 8:20 and 9:20. It's like Carl's Central Time. So I did tell her that, and we didn't. We were probably like started 25 minutes later, but we just spent time in the private chat talking because it was, I didn't want her to be in there and then not show up afterwards. So
Yeah, I found that out about Carl the first time I ever recorded with him. You will find that I am also a very prompt person. Kind of like when I said we're going to start this thing, I almost sent a message out to everybody to give them a heads up, be like, hey, we're starting 15 minutes after. Like, I ain't waiting more than 15 minutes for everybody to jump on, because I've noticed that like these Top Guy theaters, we'll start at like, I don't know, 7, and we don't hit record until 8:45. And it's like,
yep.
I also negotiate with my wife and things like, I'm going to be gone from this time to this time. There's not a lot of flexibility, or at least I don't like doing that, because on
Right.
time with things. Which, speaking of which, Phil Jackson, if you're hearing us back, sorry to you too as well, sir. Phil was having computer troubles, and I think he was texting me, and I think he wanted me to give him like advice on how to fix his connection, which I don't even know how to give him that attention while we're also covering a show right now. So I kind of had to apologize, be like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I'm recording. Like, I don't know what to tell you."
What you do, it's very simple. You just unplug it. You wait about 30 seconds, and then you plug it back in again.
Title of your sex tape.
It's actually funny because I've told people before, I told some of my close friends what I'm about to tell you guys. If God forbid something ever happens to me and I end up in a coma and they run out of things to do, I, with a straight face, looked at one of my closest friends one day and I said, I want you in the room. I want you to tell the doctor to unplug me and plug me back in again and see if there's any discernible change whatsoever.
Oh my Lord.
That's a good one.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I'm having trouble remembering if I took my allergy medicine right now, so I don't know if I'm about to take a double dose or my only dose.
Uh-oh.
What happens if you don't take a dose at all?
I'll feel like shit tomorrow.
Do you take
What
it
happens
every
if you
day?
take a double dose?
I think I go to sleep for a long time and I hopefully wake up.
Yeah, don't do it. Is it prescribed or is it?
Yeah, I'm not going to take this.
Take half a
Good
dose.
idea.
No, well, the reason I say it, because I also take allergy meds first thing in the morning. So I wake up, I take a Zyrtec, and before bed I take a Zysol.
Zysol, that's the stuff that makes you sleep, isn't it?
Well, that should knock you out. No, so here's the thing: if I didn't take one tonight, and I take if I didn't take one at all tonight, right? Like I'm not taking this one. Maybe I didn't take one a minute or 10 minutes ago, like I think I did. If I don't take one tomorrow, the following day, if I take one, I'll sleep for 10 hours after that. But once I've been on it for taking it, it's like it doesn't really make me sleep all that much, surprisingly.
Are your allergies that bad that you have to take it daily like that?
Yeah, they get pretty brutal. They didn't start getting bad till right around 30. Like I was at work one day, and for those of you watching, this will make a lot more sense because but I was like sitting in my conference room talking to a customer, and all of a sudden I was like, yeah, so blah blah blah, thump, and my head, my head fell and I hit the table. I was sitting there, and everybody freaked out. What was going wrong? I thought I was dying. I had no idea what happened. Well, apparently my ear filled up with fluid so much that I lost my balance and I just went down while I was sitting. But my doctor looked at it and she goes, yeah, it's 100% what it is. She put me on Zysol, or she tried me on a few things. Zysol's the only thing that worked. Then this year, my allergies were just getting really bad. So she's like, well, start taking a Zyrtec in the morning. So now I take 2 allergy pills every day.
Yeah, see, I've never were you dizzy or you just you didn't see it coming?
I mean, I kind of felt it, not like, I don't remember feeling like really dizzy, but I kind of felt like a little off.
When I had my Bell's palsy thing, I had the hell's it called?
Priapism?
I don't want to know what that is.
It's when your erection lasts longer than 4 hours.
Okay, yeah, no. What is that U2 song?
Sunday Bloody Sunday.
I'm in a place. Oh, Vertigo.
Okay.
I
Vertigo.
had gotten vertigo, and I literally, if I didn't lay on my bed like this, if I stood up, the entire room spun. Like you would have thought I was in one of those friggin' like one of those rides. So I can totally, I totally, it's horrible. It's a horrible feeling. I mean, of course, then 2 days later, my entire right side decided to stop working. But that was a part of it too. Is like there's a nerve behind the back of your ear, and if it gets pinched, that creates vertigo too. But I mean, it's. Plus, I used to be. I think I've said this on the show before, but I was hideously addicted to nasal spray. So my I was on. I got to the point when I had my my nose finally said stop. It was 2010, and I had a bottle of nasal spray at my desk, in my coat pocket, in my car.
What kind of nasal spray?
Afrin.
Okay. The congestion relief?
Yeah. And I used to if you read the directions of it, because I'm this big of a dork, You're supposed to put it in your nose upright and spray twice, and that's it. You're done for 12 hours. I was doing it every 4 hours, and I would tip my head back and squeeze it in. It got to that point. It got to the point where there's these things in your nose called turbans, and they close. That you get what's called rebound congestion, and that's what you have. It's pretty much like what's alcohol. When you stop taking it completely, you can die from withdrawals. Like
Mhm.
you can't die from withdrawals with nasal spray, but your nose withdraws from it, and I couldn't breathe. My nose was completely closed off shut for 3 weeks. It was horrendous. I mean, it was,
What
and
did the
I've
doctor
noticed.
say? Did they give
Go
you
ahead.
anything? Did your doctors
Um,
give you anything?
no, my primary care physician was like, I told you this was coming, and he did. I mean, I had to go see an ENT after the fact, and they stuck a camera up there, and they just said that my nose was completely stripped down of all the shit that was in there, and I pretty much had to let my nose grow back and let everything go on in there. So I will say, since then, this has been a very long-winded story. Since then, I've noticed that because I don't use it anymore, that I can always tell when there's a lot of pollen in the air, or something's going on, because my allergies will flare up, and I'm getting the spinning wheel now. What's going on with my network?
Your dad just got pissed. You didn't share them damn M&Ms, and he unplugged the modem.
Well, my other
If
network,
the-
because
I'm about to say, if they unplugged the modem, we'd have lost Frank too.
Right. It's funny you say that too, Frank, while you're looking at all that stuff. So I had a deviated septum, and the doctor, supposedly fixed that when I was 18. I think what happened is I slowly was getting allergies, but I didn't know it, and I was getting super congested. So I did the same thing. My thing was Zicam, extreme congestion relief. Never went to Afrin and used Zicam though, and I did the same exact thing, except I was using that for easily 2 years, every day, every 4 hours.
hmm
And I went to an ENT because like it got to the point where the Zicam wasn't even helping. Well, that's because my nose was just used to it at that point.
hmm
You know what I'm talking about. And the doctor looked at it and goes, well, one, the last doctor didn't take care of all the deviated septum. There's still more in there to repair. And he said, your turbinates are super, super, super swollen. He goes,
Yep.
and he's like, how often are you taking it? I told him, he's like, we're going to cut a ton of your turbinates out. Like, I'm just cutting them out because it's so swollen. I don't even expect them to recover. So he
Oh
went in.
yeah. Wow.
So the cool part about this though is I don't get congested. I never get a runny nose anymore. I never have to blow my nose. I can still smell, thankfully, but like, don't hear
Well,
all the other stuff I don't get.
my ENT told me that had I kept going, because what caused me to have to get off it completely is I got a sinus infection, and even the nasal spray wouldn't help. So I had to stop it, and I had such extreme congestion that the nasal spray just didn't do it anymore. And I didn't know you could cut the turbans out. I had no idea you could do that, because I have now gotten to the point where if I get a really bad cold or something, I'll use the Afrin, but I use it as directed, completely as direct. Like I'm just, and that's why I feel like I have an addictive. I like when I had my surgery a year ago, I was pissed off because they gave me an opioid and I'm like, I don't want that stuff. And they're like, well, why? Do you have a history of addiction? I'm like, yeah, nasal spray. And they laughed at me. But I don't, I'm just like, first of all, opioids scare the shit out of me anyway. But I feel like I've got one of those. And plus, I was in the hospital to have surgery because I had an eating problem. Like, I don't want to leave the hospital with a drug problem. Whoever watches this is probably like, that kid's an idiot. But I use my medicines as directed now. I don't do anything outside of what they tell you to do, because I don't want to create this bigger problem.
Agreed.
Can
I'm now
empathize
looking.
with the daily allergy medicine because I am allergic to cats. Because the longer you're exposed to an allergen, the more likely you are to become allergic to it. And so
Wait a
after
minute, but you
20
have a
years,
cat.
yes, that's why I take the allergy medicine.
Okie dokie.
I got so My first cat died when I was 18, and I was so lonely after not having a cat. I'm like, fuck it. I'm taking allergy medicine. I need somebody to keep me company.
I mean, you could have got a dog.
My family, my mother did not like dogs.
Traumatizing experience or just not feeling it?
No, traumatized by a very evil chihuahua.
Oh,
whose,
okay.
whose name was Demon.
Well,
You named a Taco Bell dog Demon.
I
oh,
didn't.
Lord.
This was
This
before
bump.
I was
Oh
around.
Lord. Oh, Devon. Bubba. Wow. I don't. What guys? What's your time check?
102, 41, 42, 43.
All right. I'm a little bit behind you, so I'm gonna push forward here.
Yes. So this dog was mean. He would bite all the time. If he was mad at you, he would go and pee on your pillow on your bed, and he would go poop on your shoes, not just
What?
by your shoes, in your
How?
shoes.
How did you guys not show this dog who was boss?
This was before I was
What
not around.
in
This
the
was
hell did I just see?
I just saw a guitar explode.
Was that a
an
gimmick
attempted
guitar?
murder. That was not gimmicked. That a gimmicked guitar does not make
Ow.
that much shrapnel.
I hope that if they decide to let Eric Bischoff break that guitar over Tony Schiavone's head, that they gimmick
That they gimmick
guitars.
it.
I don't want Eric
would hope
Bischoff to kill him.
What isn't Eric going there soon? This week, maybe?
Yes, he is. Very soon. Yes. If you were on Ask Lauren Anything, he will be going to the Con Radisson this coming week. And he's going to just miss Pondwater Dave and crew because they're going to be leaving before Monday because Pondwater Dave has to work.
I love. I
I'm
don't know how. I love the Sad News Bears. I can't get enough.
I
of them.
love Sad News Bears. I'm like friends with all the Sad News Bears. Like we check in with each other. They added me on Facebook. Like it's pretty cool. I love the Sad News Bears. Even Matt Coon. Nobody else likes Matt Coon, but I like Matt Coon.
Henry, have you been on yet? Are you gonna? Do you know when you're gonna be on?
They
Didn't you
sent
win
me an
that?
email. Hold on just a second. I actually was looking to. Of course, you want my phone that's sitting over here.
And it is after 9
Holy
Eastern.
shit! That chair shot.
And we still have no Carl.
Yeah, I just actually sent him a message. He sent me the place he was going to watch the Packer game at. So I looked up that address and then I did Google Maps to his house, and it's a 27-minute drive. So I sent him a screenshot of it and I said, "I know damn well you're home by now, unless he's walking and it's a 5-hour walk." But
I don't think he would walk because he texted me earlier and asked what show we were watching so he could have it ready. And I haven't heard anything since.
Oh, now I'm starting. Oh, I gotta turn this thing down. My ass is burning.
what do you?
My ass is on fire. My ass is on fire.
All right, so
I'm sorry.
I remember. I don't know if I said this on the show too, but we got my daughter like a bouncy house obstacle course for her birthday party a couple weeks ago, and I went in it with her, and I have a huge like knot in my lower back now, and it's now starting to hit my sciatic nerve, and I have pain going from like my lower back down to my like back of my knee. So I'm literally sitting on a heating pad right now.
You're
the only
psychotic. My aunt calls it the psychotic nerve.
Well, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's so the only way for me to sit in this chair comfortably, which is how I do this show, was to sit on a heating pad. But I had it on high and wondering why my ass was burning. So
It sounds like I need to get on a plane to go take care of somebody's back.
I will say, Brandi, that and I don't care what anybody says after this, but while we were in Jacksonville, Brandi worked on my back, and it was the best I had felt in a long time.
Yeah.
When she was getting the knot I had in my back out, it hurt like hell, but did I feel better in the morning?
Frank's got a knot on his dick. If you can rub that one out too. And
if you do it well enough, it'll spit at you.
He's also got a knot on his prostate.
Oh no! No. There will be no milking of no prostates. No, thank you. No.
No, I do. That is something that I've done since high school for people. Is I give really good massages.
What's the
they-
matter, Henry?
They
I
also-
was about half a second behind there. And the last thing I heard either one of you say was there will be no milking of the prostate. And then there was a gap. And then I heard Brandi say, I've been doing this since high school or something very similar to that. And I'm like, what the fuck?
No, I would always give my friends massages. I'm just really good at it. I like to watch like chiropractic videos and learn how to relieve the tension and pressure for certain points. And it's just something I like to do.
Well, Frank's pretty tightly wound up, so
Yes, after today's football game, absolutely.
Why do you think I
actually
took a
had a
nap?
question about that. To answer your other question, I haven't heard back again from Dave Silva. I don't know when they're going to do their next one. But
They
what
don't
was
know.
first afternoon?
They've been doing they released one this past week.
Right. That was the one they most recently did that I couldn't do because, well, I like money, and to make money, I have to work.
I wanted to go on that show too, and Evan's like, yeah, we'll get you. Nothing. So I stopped asking.
They want it to be special when people come on, and I kind of
I get
respect
it,
that because if you did it all the time with all the top guys, it would start to lose its luster.
I'll
But
make
what
you a
was
deal. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
you first, Mike?
I was just going to say, Frank, I'll make you a deal. If I ever get offered to be on Sad News Bears, I will yield to you.
Oh, stop! You don't
I
do
have
that.
no interest in going on Sad News Bears.
I just honestly the first episode I ever watched of Sad News Bears. I'm like, I just want to fill a little time. Like I didn't want to just sit in silence during like an hour before I had a meeting. So I put on like the latest version, and that version was when Pondwater Dave told his story about beating a hooker with a can of tuna. And I have been in love with that show ever since. And like Pondwater Dave is my dude. Like I love that
He is
guy.
so nice. We love
Um,
Pondwater Dave is the best.
Like I'm starstruck by I mean is the gimmick attorney on there? Is Dawkins Mitch
Mike Dawkins,
whatever?
yes.
Yeah, I believe he's a Colts fan, so I'm not a big fan of him. Because he's got that damn Colts helmet in the background, but
Soon you'll have a
I mean-
Titans helmet in the background of yours.
I will. I was gonna actually try to do it this week, but I think Evan's busy.
Beautiful.
Evan was
Beulah
down.
McGillicuddy.
Evan's been down at the Con Radisson. Yeah, he's been busy. And
I was
we have
texting with your boy,
Bruno
Evan, the other night.
arriving in
Oh, you have
studio-
his
in the
number?
arena with
Good show.
Beulah McGillicuddy.
I
Hi.
forced him to give it to me.
That's what she said.
Uh-oh.
Like that legit. I was like, what's your number? And he didn't respond. And this was actually during Ask Lauren Anything, because he was like, can you get me in? Can you flip it over me when Dave Silva gets in? And I said, yeah, but you got to give me your number first. And he didn't respond. I'm like, I ain't doing it until you give me your number. So he gave me his number.
I was so happy that Alex gave me his number last night. I'm like, holy shit, I have a celebrities.
I fangirled like that already with Carl.
With you, that you have Carl's number? That's what you
Uh-huh.
fangirled about?
Well, to be fair, the most famous person that I'd met in years, or actually started talking to at the time, was Carl. He was like a television news personality, and people like that are fascinating. Well, they are to me because I like news.
You know
Well,
what
it
gets
is
me?
fascinating. You are right.
You know, and I won't share what he told me what he was making as a news anchor. Hell no.
They don't get paid much at all.
Well, then what's the fucking point of doing it? I mean, you have to be in a
Somebody
big
has
market,
to report
right?
the news.
Yeah, but like in the small local markets, they don't pay you. I mean, I know for a fact some of the people in Boston make bank, but I mean, doing 12-hour
It's
days for
happening.
what he told me he was doing it? No, fuck that.
Mhm.
You got to
And why
really
do
love it.
Perfect example is right here. ECW. Paul Heyman's probably paying them like $40 and a hot dog. Like, it's
I
because
think-
they love it.
Nah, they probably let him keep the World Wrestling Federation banner that they had in their hands a minute ago.
Well, I think once they got on pay-per-view and stuff, I think they probably made okay.
Not anything like they make any. No, they're probably made a few $100s, but
Well, but I mean,
Who's the
granted, not.
Toothless Wonder?
Oh, that's all. Bill Alfonso.
Bill
Sure.
Alfonso, Fonzie.
True story. When Frank went during in one of Frank's divorces, he was only left with $40 and a hot dog.
Did she take the hot dog bun too, or did she leave you that at least?
The second divorce, if she would have said, "I'll leave you alone, but you can have everything," I would have been like, "See you later. Yeah, it's all yours. Take it, keep it. I don't want it." Like, I was that desperate to be done with that one. That was by far the worst couple of years in my life, and I don't ever, and that's why I'm so like scared to get into another relationship, because I felt so trapped, so scared, so stressed. I just, it's something I still talk. When again, peek behind the curtain is I see a therapist every Wednesday, and the topic that we've been focusing on is me being open to being in a relationship again, because I'm just not, like, I'm so scared that
They
I'm never going to be in one again. But I'm also, I have no desire to be. Go ahead, Henry. Sorry.
I don't mean to cut you off because
No,
what you were
please
saying
cut
is
me off.
actually
I'm telling too much shit to people right now.
fair enough. They showed Bill Alfonso in the hat he's wearing. It's a WWF Raw hat. For some reason, passing understanding, they blurred out the logo on the hat.
The
They
whole
probably did
logo,
that
or
on
just the
the network.
WWF?
Not
part?
Raw, just the WWF.
By the
But
way,
it would have been the old
I have
school-
that hat. I still have it too.
But
So-
that would have had the old school logo on it that they could still use even after they got sued.
Well, I think that whole suit is done with now, because even they
Yeah, but
they
that
even
could have
show
been
the scratch
something they
logo now.
edited it before. that
Norm!
point. Carl.
Carl,
Oh, God.
Carl, I texted Carl and was like, "I know you're home by now, you mother."
Ooh,
And he
sorry,
responded back with
boobs
a
coming out.
Boobies.
he started. I'm looking at it too. So is everybody.
Oh.
He sent back a screenshot of trying to join TJ's Zoom, and I was like,
What
"Oh,
is
why
he,
don't
El
you-"
Karai?
Right? Like,
Hey, listen. Hey, listen out. Hey, yo, this is just so I don't drop myself on my stack of dimes. I call a Nick. One went out for Mike Dad.
Rolling Rock, baby. Carl, true question, honest question. How nervous were you when the Eagles returned that punt return?
Do you want the honest answer? I was the only elated person in the bar because I teased it down to 41 points, and that got the over. And then I realized, oh, S word. I don't know if we're swearing anymore on here.
Are we not allowed to? Because I've sworn a couple times.
Oh, okay. I think we are, right?
Yeah.
I said, oh shit. And I'm like, oh, because all game I'm like being a little bitch and moaning. I'm like, guess we're going to win. Hey, is War Games on tonight?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. We're missing it
Oh,
to
wow.
watch this.
Brandy, what was my response?
Roll Tide on that. Ha. Sorry.
Oh, wait a minute. Just a quick, but no. I was all bitching and moaning all game because I'm like, I put what I consider to be a decent amount on the over under, and I had Green Bay winning by more than 2 points. It was 1.5, and the over under at 41 and 40.5. And so here I am. I'm like, oh, they're not going to go over. They're not going to go over. Well, they scored 2 touchdowns in what, 60 seconds? It was unbelievable. 96, correct?
97.
97.
It's all good.
Carl, real quick. Shay, was she in ECW? I think I'm mistaking her for.
You're thinking of Kamana Wanalea.
Yeah,
she was
that's not
Leia
her.
Meow in WCW.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking. I'm mistaking her for that person.
What just came yesterday to my house was the penthouse that the Nitro Girls are in.
It did not.
Swear to God, ask Carl.
Wait, whose parents are you sending that to?
If you,
No, that's for him.
No, Mike, if you want to jump in, she'll talk all about it. She will talk. She has no problem talking about it, and that's tomorrow.
She's not
And,
naked.
no, she's not naked. That's
Right.
the thing. She's like, it was tastefully done.
Yeah.
What arena is this?
The Golden Dome.
And who the hell is Bob Ortiz? Wait, what the hell is the Golden Dome?
It's the
It's
arena.
in Monica, Pennsylvania.
But
And
that's
no,
not the bingo
we
hall.
don't know if Chandler knows.
Chandler, what's up? Who do I not know?
This is the Monica. It's in Monica, Pennsylvania. So we don't know if Chandler knows or not that Monica's in.
It's a Friends joke.
Where? Oh, I get it. Where are time code?
Time code 1 hour, 17 minutes, 36,
Nice.
37, 38, 39.
Frank,
And I'm 40. What?
I do have one question.
Go ahead.
I did follow a little bit of the games while I was at work this afternoon, and I do want to know one thing.
Sure.
And I admit I probably shouldn't ask you this because I imagine there's a little bit of a bias. But what was worse this afternoon? Watching Tennessee get slaughtered in the first half and then start to make the comeback they couldn't finish, or watching the New York Jets have the game won, what would have been their very first win of the season, until the final 5 seconds of the game when the Raiders score a walk-off touchdown to leave the Jets at 0-12.
I am biased, and I'm going to say the Titans because, quite frankly, it was embarrassing. It was actually making me sick to my stomach because I'm even getting annoyed at Kevin Byard now and Kenny Vaccaro, seasoned secondary. Well, I mean, Malcolm Butler. I'm going to tell you right now that the offense of this football team, the Tennessee Titans, is the best offense I've seen since Eddie George and Steve McNair. And the fact that they've lost some of the games that they've lost is solely on the defense, losing to the Cincinnati Bengals, actually, I would put the loss to the Steelers on the kicker. But they're lost to the Colts. They're lost today. What the fuck are you doing out there with some of these people that can't do their jobs? There's no pass rush, which means, if Clowney comes back, I swear to God, it better be for the veteran minimum. That
Frank,
motherfucker. Go ahead.
I would say, do you know how petty I am? Is that I didn't text you during the game because the guy I'm playing, though I'm in second, our playoffs don't. The stupid league I'm in, the playoffs are the last 2 weeks. It's the worst rules ever.
Mm-hmm. So they're only 1 week.
But he was doing one of these. I watched his team up until about 30 seconds before kickoff. Corey Davis starting, Corey Davis not starting, back and forth.
And did he eventually?
He got stuck, and he couldn't start him.
Okay, that was good for you then.
That was amazing because he put up like 30.
Well, that's the thing
Davis
too. Is like
great.
I had Corey, and here's the thing about that: Corey Davis is finishing out his rookie contract this year. He's having a career year. Do you think the Tennessee Titans are going to re-sign him? Probably not, because he's going to hit the free agent market and he's going to get gobbled up by somebody that's going to be able to pay him. Like, I could see him going to Indianapolis, and that's gonna make it even worse because Tennessee is now. I mean, I don't think Malcolm Butler should be there. I think they need to try to re-sign
Malcolm
Desmond
Butler
King.
shouldn't have had a job after the Super Bowl. That was a one-hit wonder.
I'm not a big fan.
Did RVD just get crotched over the rail?
Yeah, that must.
There's somebody dressed up like Dudley.
That headshot too, like.
Real quick, Henry, if you want how cynical Packer fans are, not only did people go nuts for the Aaron Jones 77-yard touchdown run, the bar and restaurant, it's this outdoor. They have like live bull riding. Again, you have to imagine this is where Eric Bischoff lived. It's the Wild West. Like, this place is out in the wild West. Henry, the bar erupted for the New York Giants beating Seattle, because that helped Green Bay. Oh my God, Van Daminator.
Is
How
he
much
bleeding out of the eye?
How much meth did Alfonso? Anyways, but no, the Giants win. The Packer fans could not have been more. Oh my God, is he?
That's
Yeah,
what
he
it
is
looked like
busted.
from the angle when he was in the
Yeah, he is
ring.
busted.
Oh,
But it looks like it's coming out of the eye socket.
I'd have to look closer. I am shopping for jewelry right now, so I'm not really looking closely.
I made a vow. Next 4 Top Guy theaters, I'm going to do them from my phone as long as the quality's okay. So I'm eBay free.
It's all right. I
Mhm.
found that title belt I was gushing over earlier.
Well, no, what it is people who've watched or don't watch us. I am out of a relationship recently. I wore a ring on my left hand. I miss wearing a ring. I like having something on my hands I can play with. So I'm looking for a ring that I can wear on my right hand. So I'm looking for jewelry.
Go ahead,
I
Mike.
ain't touching that comment. Ain't touching it. Ain't touching it.
Mike, I was going to say, Mike, I'm like, do you want me to cue it up?
Mike, take
I
it.
will say
Lead
this
off.
though.
Here
I
we
will
go.
say
We'll-
this.
we'll-
That Brandy's looking for a ring. Frank, if you liked it, you should put a ring on it. I'm just saying.
Oh God.
Wait, Brandi, one more time. You like
She's got a thing
some-
for Adam from Bama, so I don't know what to tell you there.
Ooh,
something that you
His
could play
voice,
with.
that's it.
And we got to start a new segment called like the Kolb softball, like something that where he can crush. We got to think of something. If I have the domino effect, we got to think of something. Because I was going to say, wait a minute, play with something in your hand, but you're so used to it. Carl, don't you mean your butt plug? That's what I was waiting for.
So no, I'm shopping for jewelry because I want something.
This looks so brutal.
Yeah,
It
this
is.
match is they're beating the
Like there's a
ever-living
lot of
shit out
technical
each other.
wizardry here, but it just, and mind you, maybe it's just because I'm unfamiliar with the ECW product in its independent form, but God damn, some of the spots in this match have been brutal.
And
Well, they're beating the shit out of each other.
Bruno, not to revisit the story a million times, but like,
I felt
but you
that.
get it. I think, is his ankle broken? Is his foot broken? Oh, he got the chair. That's right. Didn't he have the chair like on the previous ECW where it was put over his? Yeah, that's a neck breaker.
What were you gonna
I'm
ask me,
at the.
Carl?
That's why that Tommy Dreamer calling that in the ring. The last time I like ever ring announced was like surreal. Matches like these.
And what did
Movies.
Meltzer give this match there?
Tommy Dreamer RVD got 2 3/4.
It's
I think it's better than that.
too rough.
Well,
It's classic ECW right here.
wait till the next match. That's all I'm gonna say.
Does it involve Tajiri?
No, it's Sabu and the Sandman.
What's on top?
Your mom before Lucky. No, Shane Douglas and Bam Bam Bigelow.
Oh Jesus!
Anyway, Shane Douglas. I like
There's
Bam-
that.
that
Bam
lob.
Bam
That's that
Bigelow.
softball lob.
Yeah.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
That was
ECW title match.
Oh,
Carl.
yes, sir.
I don't know if Rocco's told you yet, but we came up with another show idea for Chat Pack.
Okay.
You have My Mom is Rad.
Mm-hmm.
Rocco's mom used to be a cop. Did you know that?
I did know that.
And so what we were thinking is let's get a bunch of wrestlers' mugshots and she can get on there and she has to guess what they were arrested for based on their mugshots.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Absolutely love that.
Oh
That
wow, that's amazing.
is genius. Rolling
Stop looking
Thunder.
at Beulah.
It's hard not to.
How did Megan not get in on this one?
She asked to alternate whenever Frank's not on a show. She would like to be on one.
Well, she's never gonna be on it because I don't miss this show, so she can suck a dick.
Do you have a preference on whose?
Well,
It ain't
Real
gonna be
quick.
mine, so she's going to Arizona.
Hold on. You know, real quick. He was doing the Starship Pain before.
Yeah.
I keep looking at RVDs and noticing the ring gear and how cool it was. Like just the ninja kicks were cooler because of what he wore. The shin pads. Had we really seen shin like those type of pads in like modern? Did anybody wear those? I mean, I know Shawn Michaels had boots, but oh god, that split. Oh my god.
Some of us
God,
can
I
do
could
that, just not like bouncing off of the top rope.
So nimble.
Have we gone an entire show so far without seeing Paulie dangerously?
We have. He has not appeared.
Was he?
I don't know what happened. Yet I came out here and he was laying down on the floor.
Did anybody like the ENC show of awesomeness or whatever it was on the network, where they were always like, and the podcast, Tame.
What are you talking
Look
about?
look at all those football jerseys. We got a Dan Marino, a Jerome Bettis, I believe. If I can make that out, it could be a Franco Harris. I can't really tell.
Oh, the chair shots.
Why
Guys,
the hell are the referees fighting each other now?
Is that
80,
Luis?
82. They're 82. That's
Is that Spicoli?
Who the fuck is that?
that is.
Oh, he's part of the
that is.
FBI. He's part of the FBI.
Hey, who is 82
Yeah.
on the Steelers in '97? It's not Heinz Ward.
If Nate Sorensen was here, he could tell you. Nate
What,
Sorensen. I'm sorry, Nate Short. Sorry.
I was gonna say I didn't know Sorensen liked the Steelers.
I'm not
Stellars?
big on
Oh my god.
Stellars.
Stellars.
Oh my god.
W.
TJ, if you're watching this in like a couple days when you have to edit this, I'm sorry.
Sorry for what? If his ass was
Oh,
in here, he
that-
could have corralled
oh.
us.
Oh! Beulah,
Oh!
thank you, sweetheart.
Oh, she kicked him right in the. She kicked him in
She
the
kicked
thigh.
him
Some
right
of those
in
groin
the
shots were absolutely. Oh my!
I think I begin to understand why this is a 2 3/4 star match.
Fonzie. And now it's the best part. Beulah's
Oh,
gonna get Fonzie.
That was a bad low blow. She didn't even come close.
Nope.
Yeah, she got.
Uh-oh.
1, 2.
Oh, I gotta see that ass though. Oh, there it is.
Just
That
look
was
up
a
the
bad
house.
Oh yeah, baby.
Hey, Carl, if I can get Beulah McGillicuddy for Chat Pack, you cool with that?
I would literally do
Why is she
any
reffing?
for Beulah.
If I can get
Why
Beulah,
Why
you
not?
will do anything for Beulah, Carl?
Let
Anything?
me take that back. There is a Jerome Bettis, by the way. There's the Jerome Bettis, but that 82 is really bothering me. That 80, yeah, real quick. There is the first thing I noticed, I just have to make this point. With how identifiable the fans were in the bingo hall. Whoa! Where was the WWF banner coming from?
Well, we
Well,
got
I think
Fernez and LaFon.
this is the time
Whoa,
where
whoa. Well, I mean, immediately I'm looking at
Big
the side
Stevie
and
kick. Stevie kick.
that Aztec kind of desert, like they couldn't show that. Oh my god. There's a guy in a Ronick jersey, a Coyotes one, front row, but there's no Faith No More guy. There's no a lot of the fans that you're used, sign guy. Oh, there's Taboo. Why is he so early?
oh
Is he the next match?
No. So wait, Carl, what would you do for Beulah? What wouldn't you do?
like I'm always down for like challenges like Malort, like one of those, or a
Oh,
anybody
see, I was thinking.
ever see like what's his name? Have a good day.
I was thinking of fellatio and a homeless man. So
Oh God,
I mean, I was
no.
thinking a Cubs or a Bears tattoo on
Oh,
Kolb.
Oh
shit.
God, oh Jesus, no. No. I'd probably take bump on. Well, see, that might be gross if I did a bump on tap. Let's think about this. Let's brainstorm it, because if we can get Beulah,
How about a no nut first quarter of 2021?
what?
No nut, meaning he can't,
for 3
rub one
months,
out for 3 months.
dude, that's what they used to do to Mike Tyson before match.
hmm
And that's what.
That's why he was so mad.
Doesn't explain why he got hungry and tried to eat a Vander Holyfield, though.
I don't know. It might only out of they used to. Oh, this is so he's not coming through the crowd. I don't like
Why are they
this.
blurring that?
Because it's a
That was
logo.
So
Wait,
But
where
that was
on
the
it was
logo
not
that
like
they
it
could
was
Own
not
that.
it was not like on no. They can show the block logo. They can show the scratch logo.
No,
What is this bullshit?
ECW couldn't show it back in '97 though.
Yeah, but
No,
WWE
the original
owns this,
pay-per-view
couldn't
they showed it. The original
Or-
pay-per-view they showed this.
or is it better to not show it and give it that mystique?
I'm really ready to. Be done
Oh,
with the
right on
fucking network.
Beulah.
I'm at 135.22. Am I too far?
No. Well,
135.22? Yeah, you're about a minute and a half ahead.
Why
Ah,
did they
man.
spray paint ECW on the bottom of that table?
Oh, I'll
I know,
spray
we were
paint
thinking it up.
ECW. I'll
They
spray.
take
I'll
that from the
spray paint-
NWO. They're just marking their territory now with spray
That-
paint.
That's a common thing to know if you have a gimmick table or one that the arena
What?
owns.
The hell am I watching?
What in Mother of God?
Oh my goodness. He is up in that ass.
That's what Frank wants to do, Brandi.
Yeah, I don't understand
That's
what's
the
going.
title of
That's
a
way
sex
worse
tape.
than it. This is way worse than the Yeti.
Brandy,
Yeah.
No, it's better,
Brandy, no
actually.
offense, but I have no desire to have my face in your ass. Okay? No.
None
Just
taken.
just close to it.
Mike, even though they're shorts, they're logo 7s. Check out these. You find these on eBay. These bowls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 90.
Oh my God, your
Nice.
pants are pulled up.
Yeah, got some shorts on.
Those are not
It was
So's underwear.
cold as fuck out in the desert. Use the language. Why Furnace and LaFon's? What I remember them like in a Survivor
Oh
Series.
shit, the Sandman's here.
Oh, it's the Sandman.
They were WWE at the time.
Well, he just lost the first blood match.
This is what was the date of this show? Oh, it was after the screw job. Okay, so yeah, they were
let's
they were.
November 30th, '97.
Sorry, I just want to hear the music.
It's not the actual music.
No, they've dubbed it over with
God,
the
it's
shitty.
bad.
That was the one thing I liked about One Night Stand 2005. Vince McMahon dug money out of his pocket to give to Metallica to let Sandman have his music.
Why is I love that he's busted.
God,
up.
he looks younger.
DDP's is almost exactly to that of Smells Like Teen Spirit, and they can leave that in.
They don't. What are you
I'm-
talking about?
They do.
That's because
When
the
we
version
want.
they used was owned by
Whoa!
Turner.
Whoa! Hold
I've
on.
seen the
Did
Turner
anybody
logo.
see that kid sign? Did anybody
What?
see that kid sign?
What
Look
does
at
it
that
say?
sign that kid's holding.
Oh
Yeah.
my God!
Something.
What the
F
hell?
word. And not
What is it?
the
What
good
was the
one.
first-
Blur that out, dude.
Oh.
What was the first? What were the two W's?
Women, wimps, and then the
Oh,
F
okay.
word.
other way worse F word.
Well, first of
Not
all,
the
you gotta
fun
remember, it's
part,
it's
not the fun
1997. That was openly
This
said.
is a child, though.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, the other thing is, it really takes away from Sandman not coming through the crowd.
Yeah.
Yes,
Who the hell
absolutely.
is that 82 jerseys? Pitching coach Ray Miller.
sure that. Well, what was Cordell?
10.
Are you going to get in a ring so we can start the match?
Answer is no.
This is a weird.
Not done yet.
There's an hour left of the show, and there's only 2 matches left.
Oh, I know who it is. It was
Tommy Maddox.
No. It's a guy that played at Indiana. L. It ended in L.
Antoine Randall L.
Antoine Randall L. Yeah.
Yeah. Could be wrong.
That guy kind of looks like Al Borland from Home Improvement.
I think that is. He's waiting for Tim to like just chop his throat with a buzzsaw. Be like, whoopsie daisy. What is with y'all? Were NFL jerseys that big at that time? That Steve Young. Wasn't he done with them? Wasn't it Jeff Garcia at this point?
97? No, I think Steve Young was there. No, Jeff Garcia was like
2000s. He went to 2000s, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, T.O. and
about that.
Garcia.
Oh.
Oh shit.
No, I think I'm behind you because I'm just watching Sandman climb. Oh, I see. Yeah. I'm too far back.
Got to remember, Carl, most of this stuff I'm seeing for the first time, and some of this is a bit out of my wheelhouse.
Title of your sex tape?
What was there anything? Was there anything at the beginning of the? Oh God, he had his face on the. Did you guys catch that? That looked like Enzo Amore, vaudevillain. Dude, Sabu. You know what?
God.
You know what's the most contrived, very not answered workaround? And I'm not angry at Eric Ford, and I don't know how to bring it out to him. Like, if I was ever up in Cody and had a beer with him, I'd be like, can you just explain this? I never understood the whole, okay, we're going to show a video package for Sabu on the first Nitro. And then the relationship from there was like super weird. Like, oh God. I don't care if that's a gimmick.
Did he ever wrestle? Did he ever wrestle there?
I don't remember him wrestling there.
He might have, maybe once or
Wait,
twice.
who?
Sabu.
Sabu.
Remember they aired that video package on the first Nitro, and it was like this whole back and forth thing, but he's never really answered it.
If Sabu's ever wrestled on WCW?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, but the video package that aired on the first Nitro saying, hey, we're bringing in, that's why they did Juice and Liger, and you know, hey, we're
He wrestled on 4. He wrestled on 3 Nitros and Halloween Havoc 95.
Really? Who did he take on Halloween Havoc 95?
Mr. JL.
JL, which was
Oh
Jerry
my God! Actually, I bet you that match is pretty good.
And that was who he faced. He faced Mr. JL on the 6th Nitro, and he was on the 2nd Nitro and took on Jim Barnett's favorite wrestler, Alex Wright.
Oh my God!
Oh.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! I gotta ask.
Like seriously, I don't know if that's dude. That doesn't look gimmick. It has the logo on the side and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think they gimmick shit.
That was absolutely brutal.
I have to ask, what does it feel like to catch a guitar or a ladder that's been just flung at your head?
Want to find out?
Catch it in the face.
Not nice.
I would do ECW spray painted like on my body and have it on there for Beulah.
That's Matt Hardy.
We'll have to remember that at the next pay-per-view when you fall
Antonio,
asleep,
when did
Carl.
you sneak back in?
Antonio.
title of her sex tape.
Antonio Santos. Well, if she's got to ask.
Oh,
You
glad to
know
see
who
you're doing better.
Sabu's last WCW match against Disco Inferno? Or never mind, I just gave away the lead.
You
'cause
gave
I'm
it away.
bad at this.
Gil.
Who won that match?
Sabu.
Yeah, because
So what was the? Why did Sabu leave WCW? Was there? What was the
It
dispute?
was a very weird relationship. I've never.
It wasn't really
It's
they
always
didn't
been
talk
like.
about it on air at all, ever.
Real quick, just to shouldn't bring it up. You know what? I'm gonna save it. I'm not gonna ask the question. I'm gonna save it. It's way off topic. It was just on my mind.
Well,
It was
okay
always
then.
after.
I will
So
say,
what was the star rating for this match?
Oh, there's Fake No More
Right.
guy. Never mind. There's Fake No More guy.
Would you like to venture a guess on what the match rating was for this?
I'm gonna say he gave it a negative quarter star.
I'm gonna say this has to be 3.5.
Like
I
a
gotta
3.5
say-
positive, right, Carl?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'm going -3.5.
Okay.
What match was it again?
Sabu and the Sandman.
I'm gonna say like 2.5.
Well,
I've seen it before.
Henry.
He gave it a negative something.
now
Nope, just answer it. What are you giving a star rating?
I'm thinking. Give me a minute.
I'm thinking.
Title of his sex tape.
Say
I didn't call you. Go ahead.
I'm gonna call it a dud.
Okay. Negative 3.5 stars.
Wow.
I
Hey,
did not
you
look
know
that up beforehand.
I would like to compare and contrast, see what he did with FMW, not outside of Bull Nakano and the female revolution that Japan had in the 90s. I'd love to see what he did with FMW and like the exploding cage matches, the
Those
like
sort of death matches.
the piranha, the one where they had live piranhas.
Oh
and
god, the
they-
piranhas,
guy.
yes.
I'd love to see what he did with. Oh my!
God. Oh my god. What the fuck?
Because it doesn't. It looks like he clips his head, and his head hits the ground.
He didn't even fucking hit Sabu with the goddamn leg drop. His ass just broke the table.
Oh,
That man had to have buns of steel.
Listen, I am blessed in the backside area, and even I'm like, motherfucker, no way. Ow.
You know, I wonder what it feels like to be put through a table.
You just
Oh
gotta
my
go to a
God.
Bills game and go tailgate in the parking
Hey,
lot.
that is an
They'll put you
unfair
through a
stereotype.
table.
That's absolutely right.
Don't worry, Henry. I'll take you there next year.
the Bills have a bye.
No,
Oh,
they
they're
play
playing
tomorrow night.
Who do they have?
San
49ers.
Francisco from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Tickets are available.
San
I'm off
Francisco
tomorrow
has no
too.
home.
I'm off tomorrow night too, so I can watch it.
Nice.
And it's
Wait,
going to be
what
on
time is
ABC.
kickoff? Am I gonna be off work?
8:15. My
I'm
time.
not gonna be off work yet. God damn it.
I don't know that I'll
And
be in
then
Cuba by
at
then.
8 Central is okay.
Now, see, the table that they just put the Sandman on, Henry, is one that probably says ECW on the bottom of it, just based on how much it's bowing.
So
Yeah, that means
that's
it's
got to be.
What is he
gimmick.
doing with that chair?
We
Well,
don't
what do you
want to
think
know.
he's gonna do with the
There's
chair?
gonna
That is
be
the best.
I don't know.
a step.
That's the
Oh,
best. The fact.
You know,
the
that
fact-
looked, as painful as that looked, at least the landing looked controlled.
No, Sandman smacked his back on that. Look at the wood.
Well,
See the wood to the
while
right?
that table for sure is gimmick, I would say Sandman hit his head on the damn bike rack. But for Sabu to hit that top rope, stand there for a second,
Of course,
and
Frankie
then
said,
jump
"Look
off.
at the wood."
What the fuck?
Hey man,
That's why. Oof. That barbed wire match is brutal. Santos, how
Oh
you
my
doing? By
god,
the way,
the
man?
one with Terry?
I'm doing
Yeah.
good.
Good.
3 weeks sober.
Hell yeah. 21.
I just discovered something I didn't know before. Looking at the
penis?
entire... That's the title of my next sex tape. Anyway, I was looking through a list of 1997 big promotion shows, and apparently within the month of April, no, it was not in the month of April, it was in the month of May, ECW ran a supercard show in Buffalo, New York.
Wow.
On the network.
Was it in a Bills parking lot game, or was it during a game
No,
in
it
Bills parking
looks like they yeah, hold on. I don't recognize that picture.
Show it to Antonio, he'll recognize it.
It-
Antonio's
wait,
posting
we-
pictures on Facebook of old McDonald's in freaking Rochester, so I'm sure he will recognize all that shit.
Something
Like,
called
McDonald
Clicking
McDonald had a
Center?
farm, or
When you say supercard, like with other
Oh, Lord.
promotions,
Oh,
dude,
looks like
that
it was just
kick was
ECW
nuts.
personnel.
Ouch.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's not gimmick because he's walking across it.
Oh my god.
Oh,
So back to our previous topic. Brandi, how often do you send nudies to Frank?
Oh my god.
like I said, not nudes.
What's funny is earlier when she was
Wait,
asked,
wait. I'm not going to let that comment go. Rewind. What do you mean not nude? So she sent you photos, Frank?
Well, I'll let her answer that question. I'll stay out of it.
Brandi Wagner, do you have anything to say for yourself?
She turned
Perhaps.
red.
now, does it depend if it's Snapchat or if it's like text?
No,
Well,
it's
here-
text because I don't use Snapchat.
You said
Um,
Snapchat or Snatch Chat?
Oh, hey.
I
Good
am
too,
not.
that was
They
good.
are not nude. I am clothed, somewhat.
How clothed are we
Oh
talking?
my God, somewhat. Don't give it all away, Brandi. Jesus.
That would have to remain private with whoever I sent the pictures to. So
Frank,
but,
show the phone.
outside of that,
No, I'm not going to do that.
thank you. No, but other than that, yes, Henry, that still stands. Nobody wants to see me naked.
One
like,
last
no.
question, or
Well,
one last
you
follow-up
did
question.
the calendar.
One last follow-up question, Frank. How often have you ever rubbed one out to those photos?
Wow.
I'm not. Yeah, no, I haven't.
You sure? You're kind of
Uh-huh.
blushing.
I mean, they're certainly in the spank bank, but I haven't used them yet.
Got it.
Have you shot rope?
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't know. If that, well, I think it's been so long. Yes, I more than likely.
Or what is that? The stranger.
Yes.
They call it the
What?
stranger.
Where you
What
sit
did
on-
you? What?
You don't know what a stranger is?
Yeah.
I don't talk to me.
A stranger is
you.
where you sit on your hand for a while till it gets numb.
Oh,
Then you
I
go-
get it. No, I'm not. See, guys, thanks to a wonderful medicine called Paxil, I don't really have a sex drive anymore. So I don't find a need to be relieved all the time.
Have a
By
robot
the
hand?
way, if there was a 30 for 30 on Peter North, one of my buddies was watching, and he's like, "It has to be called Shooting Ropes." if you know who Peter North is.
I don't, but a documentary called Shooting Ropes. I would only assume that it's produced by Antonio Santos.
I wonder if you do it outside in sub-zero temperature, does it freeze?
Oh my God.
My God.
Sub-zero temperature.
Christ.
What if it froze as it came out, and then
Oh
then
my
you could really be playing swords?
No. That's the real
my
question.
God.
I don't believe semen can freeze.
Oh,
Alright,
it can freeze, I'm sure.
Wait a minute. Why not? It's a liquid.
Vanilla snow
Every
cone or
liquid
something.
has a freezing and a smoke.
But if it has
point, like,
living
every
bodies in
property of a
it,
liquid. No, it's a liquid though. It's
Well, first of all,
it's not what
it can
is,
freeze.
it's matter.
It can freeze. How do you think they do artificial insemination?
Yes,
Oh,
they can
yeah.
do that. Besides, any type of matter, it doesn't matter what kind of matter, it has a property of a liquid is that it can freeze.
Also, please, next subject.
The quick note on that: the Detroit Red Wing. Oh my God, his head. The Detroit Red Wings rink is made out of actually frozen semen. And it's just an interesting fun fact. Yeah.
Well, so
Which one? You talking about the Joe Louis Arena or?
No, Little Caesars, the new one.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to kind of stay on that last subject for a second here. I'm going to be honest with you. I totally thought that it was going to be Brandi and Antonio, because when Brandi first started on Chat Pack, man, Antonio was coming in hot. Like, Antonio was flirting. He was giving compliments. He was laying. Yes, you were, Antonio. You were laying it on thick. There's like 6 guests on Chat Pack. Antonio didn't say a single word to them. Brandy's Chat Pack happens, and Antonio like jumps on. He's talking to her. He's got. You could tell Antonio was thirsty.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Well, see, Brandi has got a lot of suitors right now. I mean, even the ex is flirting with her right now.
Yes, that's the thing.
And Mike, I'm glad you picked up on this, because I was always so stressed or yelling at James Sorensen that I didn't notice any of this. I am so oblivious to what happened in the first nope. What was that?
You know that tweet? You know that tweet I sent the other day was toward Sorensen?
I did.
What was the tweet?
It was something about, this Ask Lauren anything was better than what I expected. I guess we didn't need this. It was a picture of anti-horny spray.
That's phenomenal.
Mike, is it true that you had to use the mute button a few times?
On Ask Lauren?
Yeah.
So I didn't use the mute button like in that way, but when people would ask their question and forgot to put themselves back on mute, I would mute them.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing I had to do. But yeah, I really didn't have to mute I really didn't have to mute anybody. I jokingly kicked El Corai out, and then he got really pissed because he couldn't get back in, but then he found out he was trying to join Tony's Zoom instead of the Ask Lauren Zoom.
I know the first
time
we
that. Who would join the wrong Zoom?
I mean, given the opportunity, I'd sit and have a 3-hour conversation with Tony Schiavone.
If you tried and it
30
doesn't
minutes
work
ago.
if someone's entered the meeting.
Dude, that was actually a pretty good swanton for a big guy. I mean, when that move was over with the Hardys, that was actually not that bad.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that he delivered it onto a ladder.
Mm-hmm.
What, you think the Hardys have never done that?
Well, no,
I'm just saying that
for
hurts more than usual.
Oh my God, yeah. And at the time, did you do it again?
I hope
not. Going over. Oh God, after that.
Anyway.
Oh.
Oh wait, I remember my eyes were like wide open when he showed us the picture. Randy.
What picture?
What picture?
Because he had an autograph on your boobs.
Oh yes, I showed up. I have autographed. I have pictures of when I got my.
I think Antonio Santos is. I think he's chubbing up a little bit right now.
No.
You have autographed what?
I have pictures. I was at a wrestling event and I got my breasts signed.
By?
Tim Donst, Cliff Compton, Colt Cabana, Colin Delaney.
That electric chair. Right.
Antonio, be honest. Would you take Brandi to dinner?
Would you? Huh?
Would you take Brandi to dinner? Would you or wouldn't you? Be honest.
Well, as friends.
Why? Because Frank?
Guess again.
No. No,
It's
because
okay.
You would take her to dinner, and then you would take her to Pound Town, brother. Right in the back. Everybody get to the back of the bus. Come on now.
So no, Antonio would take.
How many different shades of red has Brandi turned that we can't see her anymore?
Antonio would take her to dinner, but he would only he wouldn't order anything, and she'd be like, "Are you not eating?" And Antonio would be like, "I'm having my dinner later because I'm eating at the Y." No.
That was terrible.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was gonna take her to fast food so they could eat quick and then get to it. Like,
if you go to Rochester, the one thing that you absolutely want to seek out, other than Antonio Santos, is a garbage plate.
What the fuck are you
I've
talking
Heard of
about?
those.
I know what a
Yeah.
garbage plate is.
What
a
the hell is a
full-
garbage plate?
it's a full
Good. There
pound
we
of
go. We got
goodness.
Joey Styles. Oh my God. Right
Yeah.
at 156.41.
Oh my god, motherfucker! What's a garbage plate?
Like
Sandwich,
mac
right?
salad, beans. Well, I don't put beans on mine. Hash browns or French fries,
Oh my God.
hamburger
That sounds
like two-
phenomenal.
with meat sauce on it, ketchup, mustard, onions.
See, you guys can have a garbage plate and then masturbate.
Would you go?
How long
would
did you have to think about that one, Frank?
Brandy,
I really didn't think about it. It just
Brandy,
happened.
Brandy, garbage plate, Rochester, or oh wow, Hogan Warrior, flash paper, or Nigeria with Cliff Compton, domino.
Ooh, that was like right on the head too. Go ahead, I want to hear this. Or what's the other cuisine?
Did you ever listen to that like two-parter on the art of wrestling with Chicago's own Cole Cabana live from the studio apartment? No, I was wondering if Brandy,
Yeah, I know.
Rochester and Garbage Man, or
know
Nigeria
the
with
story.
Cliff Compton, or what was his name?
Uti.
Super Domino.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Somebody needs to call the police. There has just been a murder.
Somebody call 911.
I'm actually gonna have to go with Antonio and Rochester because I think I might live coming out of that one as opposed to Nigeria with Super Domino and Uti. Yeah.
Most of the time I stay out.
Okay, and Festus is going, so you get big LG.
Antonio's gonna be humping around.
Dude, Antonio, you just got dude. She just took a former WWE Tag Team Champion and a trip to Africa. Granted, a very dangerous, scary part of Africa. One that you may not make it out alive.
Antonio, remember.
Sounds like you're talking
He's
about going to
from
Rochester,
Rochester.
Carl.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I guess not that far, but took you over a former tag team champion.
Antonio,
By the way,
just remember
we have a
to
winner,
wrap it before
I
you
think.
tap it.
We do. Sabu won. Brandy, shot out of a cannon.
My God.
You got to marry one, you got to murder one, you got to bang one.
Oh God.
Frank, Antonio, Henry, go.
Oh God.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
You can murder me. That's fine. You gotta fuck
I gotta
the
hear this
onions.
before I go.
No, Frank. I will marry Frank, even though Frank will never get married again.
Yeah, that's
He wants to hat trick of divorces. You'll eventually convince him.
Oh man. Just remember, Henry's never been with a woman, and Antonio's been with every woman. So, every dirty woman.
I mean, wait a minute. Hold on. Is that breaking news that Henry's never been with a woman? What just happened?
Oh my God.
We've known Henry. I thought Henry told us he was a virgin like 5 episodes ago.
I don't remember ever saying that. I feel like I might have. I don't remember ever saying it.
Because then we talked about getting you a hooker and it being your first time.
With a hooker, specifically.
No, we said have your first time and it be with a hooker.
It's actually not a bad idea if they're.
Carl,
Nice segue, Carl.
I'm just saying it's not a bad if. I'm just saying. Wouldn't mind. Damn, why does Rocco's picture always cool?
You're chubbing up
come on,
over
Brandi.
Rocco's picture?
Brandi, you gotta pick someone. Who you banging,
Right.
who you murdering?
I think you need to murder Antonio so that Henry can have that sweet, sweet poontang.
How do you know it's sweet?
Oh my God. Yes, I'm going to bang Henry and sorry Antonio. I'll make
Oh,
it quick.
I'm not
Henry.
surprised.
At least
I'm not
take him out to
surprised.
dinner first for garbage plate. That way he can have a last meal.
Wait,
All right,
Brady,
guys,
when
I'll
you
be back in an
No.
hour.
later, Antonio, when you say you'll make it quick, are you saying you're going to make sex with Henry quick or murdering Antonio quick?
Well, quite
Murder
frankly,
quick.
if he's
Or
never
it
done
could
it before,
possibly
it's going
also
to be
be
quick.
marrying Frank quick. Get married just long enough.
Honestly, it couldn't be
Patrick.
worse than with my first boyfriend, so anything would be an improvement. So.
Yeah, I was
So-
gonna say like no antifreeze, no like a year-long
No.
antifreeze of putting in his coffee. So we're just like,
No, it
Man,
would be
I feel
very
like shit.
quick.
Make him drink the bottle of antifreeze.
So Henry,
No.
were
they
we
don't sell
wrong
it
or
anymore.
were we wrong or were we right, Antonio or Henry?
I mean, if you're asking Antonio that question, I feel like
I'm
the answer's
asking
gonna
you
be
that question.
vastly different.
Henry, just know you don't have to answer that question.
You don't have to answer. Some of us just play to it because we're too nice.
I mean, when we're off air, I'd like you to, but you don't have to.
I don't have to answer it for the record, but you'd still like an answer to the question.
Oh yeah, I'm curious because then I'm gonna try to find you a lady.
I mean, Matt Levitt and I have already started scoping out ladies in the night for Henry's first time. I'm not even kidding. We've exchanged photos.
See,
Are
this
some of
is
them
where-
going to show up at my place of employment looking for back money?
I
But
mean,
this
they
is- hold on.
might.
This is where we need to get Carl's experience in Las Vegas into it because isn't the Bunny Ranch out there?
I'll talk. Yeah, yeah, I got a great story. 1 second.
Are you finger
I
blasting?
have to track this.
Can't really hear it.
Sorry.
You're fine. I don't know why. You're good.
I just had to hear Joey Styles pitch the merch. Okay, so first story about that, about the Bunny Ranch, and about the Strawberry Patch. So
Have you ever been there?
I have not. I can tell you all my life I have not. I can tell you the second thing is that strip clubs and strippers hate. Living dangerous. So there's still another.
Trying to think to myself here.
So
You know, I wish that were Michael Buffer.
Yeah, ECW.
Is this
couldn't
guy?
afford that.
who is 51 on
San
49
Francisco
you're saying?
49ers.
Yeah,
Carl
I'm looking
Focus,
back
Bunny
at that.
Ranch.
So Bunny Ranch and the Strawberry Patch.
I don't know the Strawberry Patch. I just know Bunny
So
Ranch. from
they're
the
owned
HBO.
by the same person.
Is he still
So
alive?
No, I don't think it's like asking is Lamar Odom still alive? You know, kind of.
That kind of.
So it's like, so there's no legal prostitution in Las Vegas. For those that don't know, if you've never gone, don't try picking up a hooker or a lady of the night,
Stop it.
and
Stop
they
it.
will get you, and they will get you before you know it. I was sitting at a bar for a bachelor party. It was 4 a.m. We were just cruising all night, having a great time. It's when my like endurance was like really high, so it was like 4 a.m. and she's like, "Hey, can I come have a drink with you?" And I'm like, "This girl's okay." 90% of women are out of my league, let alone this woman was like Giselle Bundchen. I was like, yeah, I'd love to buy you a drink. That's how they get you. So there's no legal prostitution in Las Vegas. It's outside. You have to go what's called over the hump to Pahrump. And it's in Clark County in the surrounding areas where brothels are legal. I've never been there, But what happened was on the night of the Democratic debate, where it was Bernie Sanders, Hillary, Coffee. I'm trying to think of the other people. It was a bunch of no-namers. We put this like huge news team coverage on it, and we had everybody on it on all angles. And then you try to have tips and insiders, and I get a call, and this insider goes, Lamar Odom just died in a brothel. And I call my news director, and I go, by the way, no gimmicks needed. Chris Candido. Shane Douglas, vastly overrated.
Over or
underrated. Under. Excuse me.
I would agree.
Vastly. I just wish his substance abuse didn't get in the way. Francine.
Remember when Henry asked for her address and she got total like, wait, I gotta tell you where I live?
Mm.
Yeah,
That
I
was
think she
flat.
misunderstood like what was going on there.
I would just. Anyways. Yeah. So we missed the boat. Like, we had nobody to go out there because it's like an hour and a half outside of town.
Oh, to get to where it's legal?
Yes. To get it, to really get to where it's legal. And I've been once to cover as a news story. And I want you to think of Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton and that house, that abandoned house, the Sister Abigail one where it went up in flames. Those that remember, it is out in the middle of this swamp. I honestly, I'm being 100% honest. I did not look at the talent because I was so creeped out. I was like, this is weird. Like, this is really, really weird. There are strip clubs in Vegas where you could go in the back, pay a lot. You, again, as I've mentioned before, either on Chat Hack or here, that they've stopped with money and it's now a thumbprint to make sure that you pay. And
are you serious with a thumbprint? You serious about that?
No joke. That's because they will make you
right
pay.
out of Back to the Future.
Yeah, they will
thumb a guy 100 for the clock tower. Go ahead.
Yeah, they will make you pay. They'll make you pay. They'll make you tip. And they hate locals. There are some clubs that cater only to locals. There are some casinos that cater only to Las Vegas locals. They want outside bachelor money, March Madness, St. Patrick's Day, spring break, opening week of football, Super Bowl, you name it. That's the money they want because that's the money that's going to come back. They know me, a horny, lonely, single guy who's got a Lyft or an Uber, is going to spend about $100, get a drink, get a dance, get the F out of there. They want those that are going to spend
thousands.
Yeah, we're talking upwards of minimum 5,000. So they will treat you like shit. They won't look at you. You could look like frickin', I don't know, Mustafa Ali plus Brandi Orton, and not. I don't know.
Ruined it with putting Randy Orton in there.
You want to fuck
look like
him?
Roman Reigns.
I was just saying.
He looks like a condom with ears. No,
Wait
I
a
don't.
minute. What's your email address again?
I would say
that was 13-year-old Brandi, and that was a very bad decision.
Who looks like a condom with ears?
Randy Orton with a bald head. He looks like a condom with ears.
Don't look up a Bam Bam Bigelow right now. Condom with ears.
Oh, gotcha.
It's just a really neat.
A condom with ears that's on fire.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a really cool one. You got it at the bowling alley. You went in there, you're like, oh, cool, Drac Armoire. Oh, sweet, condom with a fire head on it.
Who goes to
It's
the bowling
great.
alley to buy condominiums?
Yeah, is this scratch and sniff?
Oh my god.
You know the markers I love growing up were those ones that smelled
The
like
Mr. Sketch, yes.
except for the cinnamon one. Didn't like that.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh,
There's a-
bask in his glory. Sorry.
I would say there's a Bret Hart, Bam Bam Bigelow, King of the Ring. I don't know if it's a final or if it's a semifinal, quarterfinal. It's a match. I want to say 95,
93.
where Bam Bam 93, where he throws him so hard, Bam Bam with Bret Hart into the turnbuckle, it moves the ring like a foot and a half.
I remember.
I
that.
always found Bam Bam Bigelow to be extremely underrated. Like,
I said that.
by the way,
No.
they what? Look at Bam Bam's feet. Look where he's not walking towards. Just
What do you
watch his
mean?
feet. See, watch right. Isn't this where they go through the ring?
No, that's against Taz.
Oh, never mind.
How does something that small go through a ring?
Title of your sex tape.
Love Bam Bam Bigelow. Kind of a Brodus Clay before Brodus Clay with a little Keith Lee mixed in there, and maybe
And way more badass.
yeah. Brodus Clay that was a bad build. I mean,
Yep.
They built him as this monster, and we look back at that John Laurinaitis, Johnny Power,
People power.
People power.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I started a new campaign called Peanuts Power,
Oh.
but
down
I
with it.
got no power.
Carl, have you ever had Delirium, the drink, the beer? Pink Elephant.
Dude, you don't have to insult me like that.
Hold on. Let me think.
That's my nickname for when Frank tucks his dick between his legs.
Delirium.
the
That's
trunk.
called tucking.
There ain't no trunk there.
Is it an IPA?
No, it's just a Belgian, like 10%
Yeah, I'm not
beer.
big on the Belgium.
I love them. I bought. They come in 4-packs. I bought 2 4-packs yesterday. I'm shipping 4 to Evan for our next Ask Evan Anything. Hopefully that's gonna be next month, and making.
I mean, is there anything else we need to ask him?
Wait, is there any? Real quick, is the Belgium? Is it like a Blue Moon, like a fruity?
It's better. I would say it's more fruity than a Blue Moon.
Okay, so then I would like it because my favorite is Sunset Wheat, Velvet Hammer, Line and Kugel, with an orange slice and a shot of vodka in it.
And to answer your question, Frank, I don't think it's really going to be like an Ask Ad. I think it's just going to be like Ask Ad free shows. It's going to be one where we're asking for feedback, things like that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that'd be cool. I think that's cool. That'd be
Mike.
cool.
Yes, Henry Evingham.
I'm curious, and I have to ask.
Oh
Give
boy.
us a peek behind the curtain. How exactly did you talk Lauren into doing that?
To doing what? Ask Lauren anything?
Yeah, how'd you talk her into doing that?
I didn't.
It was Eric.
So
Eric
Eric has been talking about doing that for like 4 months, and she said no way, no way. Then we did Ask Evan, and Evan said, "Well, now that I did this, Lauren, you have to do Ask Lauren." And Evan called Eric. Eric said he was in, and that just happened. It was like
I was just say I'm gonna back Mike up on that. When I first met Lauren, and those rumblings started.
She wanted no part of it.
She sworn her kid she would never do it. Like, I will not do it. It's not that I don't want the privacy or there were other ancillary reasons that, as friends, gonna have to get into, and I just think that she wanted her. But I'm telling you right now, there were off-camera conversations and our conversations. I'm like, hey, this might not be bad for Chat Pack. Like, I was kind of being selfish. I'm like, maybe you should do this. And there was no way, no how. I'm like, if Eric calls you tomorrow and says, do it for me, would you do it? She goes, no. So so really, if anybody deserves credit, it's Mike getting Evan and the domino effect of Evan doing it and then Mike doing such an awesome job, which Mike is not blowing smoke. Going into something like that, nobody knows how difficult it can be. It can be fun and directing traffic and all that stuff, but the fact that you pulled it off so seamlessly and it led into a really good Lauren one, just an awesome week on AFS. So mad props.
Appreciate it. It's actually funny because when Eric called, because Aaron and I talked before the Lauren show, which like I totally geeked out over, of course, that my fucking phone's ringing. It's Eric Bischoff. But he goes, we talked through the whole thing. He's like, I want to do things slightly different though. Like, I don't know if this is going to be a lot of work or not. Like if you can do the chat queuing, I'm thinking to myself, I can easily queue people up on who's next to ask questions through the chat. That's not a problem. He's like, well, I'd really like you to screen the questions too. And I was like, yeah, I can do that. And then afterwards, like, Jesus, this is good. This is going to be fun. And then all these people started sending in these questions. And the first 5 minutes of Ask Lauren, I got really inundated because it was like, shit, I got to screen all these questions. And there were like a couple I left out only because there was like a lot of duplicates in there. And I wanted to limit the amount of Eric questions. We still got a lot of those, but it was funny because Frank messaged me private. Was like, I had to submit my question too, question mark. But I think you finally got it after a while why we did that.
No, totally did. I was confused at first, and then I'm like, no, I totally get it because, you know, I think that I think we were trying to wean out the creepy stuff, right? Like,
and think about it, we did. I mean, we didn't get really any really creepy questions, except the oddest thing that happened to me that night is someone was on there and Carl Mandick was convinced the guy was David Arquette.
What?
Do you remember that,
no,
Carl?
I did think that guy was David Arquette at first because with Eric's involvement in You Can't Kill David Arquette, somebody came on that I had never seen before, and the way he paused, his mannerisms, his look, I'm like, holy shit!
I totally missed that.
His name. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mike. Was it not something obscure? Wasn't it like it wasn't it didn't give away, and I'm like, oh my god, that could be David Arquette.
I forget what the name even was. But yeah, when Carl texted me, when Carl sent it to me, I was like, I had to like do like a quick like zoom in on the guy and try and see if I could figure it out. I mean, it ended up not being one, but that's what got me the most there. Is thinking that we had David Arquette on that.
That would have been
cool. I thought we might. Yeah, that would have been cool as hell, dude.
So can I ask I need to ask an honest question. Did anybody at any point think I was going to ask an inappropriate question?
No.
You have way too much chivalry. I think because what happens is this, and Frank, especially you, knowing you, I think we all get into that situation, and we all don't want to become the center of attention for something that.
Well, I said that because I was given a stern warning in our group chat.
From who?
Oh, really?
Somebody whose internet was not working today.
Oh.
And I'm like, I didn't know what to say because I was like, I know I joke and stuff, and I think I joked on Ask Evan. Well, does that mean I can't ask her what bra size she is or something? I would have never done that. I mean, I consider Lauren a friend. I would never cross a line like that with her. Ever. I wouldn't have crossed any type of line with Evan either. I just, we all joke, but I would never go. I would never do that. I was more concerned that like certain somebody would be on screen like touching himself while he's talking to her.
And Henry wasn't, so we.
Nice segue, Mike.
Hey, I do what I can.
Does anybody have a update on the Chiefs and the?
I do.
Go ahead, Mike.
It is 27-10. Denver's winning.
That's not right. Is that serious?
No, that's not serious at all. I didn't have an update, and I was waiting for NFL.com to load. But it is 16-12. Denver's winning.
I was actually looking through my Twitter feed. Apparently, Tyreek Hill made a catch that they ruled a catch or an incomplete pass on the field, and Kansas City punted the ball before anybody realized, hey, that ball never touched the ground. He caught the ball.
Yes! Sorry, the guy I'm playing has him, and I need Tyreek Hill to have just not the game he had last week where that was one of the most amazing displays of just speed, and I just couldn't believe what I saw in that first half.
You know what I couldn't believe from last week? The Buffalo game. You get into the final 2 minutes. Buffalo's got a 10-point lead. Los Angeles has no more timeouts, and they're down by more than one score. They march the field. They do a Hail Mary pass like the Cardinals did the week before to win the game. They're on a 2-yard line with less than 60 seconds left. They form up, and what's the first thing they do? They don't spike the ball to stop the clock. They don't try to throw the ball into the end zone to conserve clock. They run the ball on first down badly.
Or Singletary, yeah.
Los Angeles did that.
Oh, right. Mike, I honestly almost got into a fight with my mom today. She's like, wow, can't believe Detroit beat Chicago. I'm not rubbing this in. I'm not. And I'm like, Mom, Chicago was up big when we left home. Like, I went over to your place. We pre-drank as we always do before Green Bay games. And she goes, no, Detroit won 34-30. I'm like, Mom, they did not. And she's like, no, they did. I'm like, I'm not even going to look at my phone because I know you're wrong on this. And I look and I'm like, oh my God, what the hell happened? Did Trubisky throw a couple picks?
So no, there was one fumble towards the end of the game, but I don't even think that was really the nail in the coffin. It just, I don't even know how to freaking explain it. The Bears just really what happened. The play that shit the game for the bed for us was, we were at the 40-yard line, on Detroit's 40-yard line, I should say, and it was like 3rd and 7, and Trubisky throws the ball to Robinson on the outside. Robinson catches it, spins around, and he's like a yard away from the first down, but when he spun around, he stepped out of bounds, and he would have had the first down, but he stepped out on accident. So now it's 4th and 1, and I think it's 4 minutes to go in the game. Trubisky, we go to hand it off. Montgomery doesn't make it. Turnover on downs.
If you can believe it or not, that happened in the Titans game today too. Derrick Henry was stuffed on 4th and 1, which actually he picked it up, but the refs wouldn't change the spot. And then
he did pick that up, by the way.
And he fumbled it. Henry fumbled it for the first time in a year today.
Yeah.
So
I know that because he's on my fantasy team.
I mean, yeah, obviously he had a horrible game today, so I'm sure he got you nothing, right? Just 60 yards. So,
yeah.
I mean,
you know who got me? You know who did not have a nice? The atomizer was filled with skunk and gorgonzola and Gruyere and just BO was the essence of They're bad.
Had bad, or yeah, he had a rough one.
Dude, 45-0 with 2 picks against the Patriots.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And I had the choice of putting in Lamar Jackson against Dallas.
Yeah, and I told you not to, so I feel bad about that.
No, everybody goes, start Justin Herbert. Are you kidding me?
I have Keenan Allen as well. In that same league, I have Derrick Henry. And so, yeah, Herbert didn't do me any favors. So,
I don't know what happened there. Brandi, I know you're happy about that one.
Yeah, I did not expect them to actually show up and play, considering how they showed up to play last week.
Now, Carl,
45-0.
Carl, are you and your mother going to disown me in 3 weeks?
No, actually not worried about it because the division should be locked up. And with Seattle losing today and Green Bay already beating New Orleans, they should have the 1 seed. This match is awesome, by the way.
So are you saying that they might not even start Rodgers that day? Because I could really use a gift.
depends if they have the first seed wrapped up.
I think it depends on that. If not, that's the best game of the year.
I don't know. You're gonna please. Rodgers should be salivating over Tennessee's defense.
You guys should be salivating. We have no run defense. I hate
Neither do they.
Derrick Henry will run for 500 yards, and the Titans.
Dude, Derrick Henry will win people fantasy championships. What week is that?
16.
16. Yeah.
Is that it's the majority of championships, is it not?
Yeah. Yes.
It's
Yeah.
Sunday Night Football that week too.
It will win so many people championships. Derrick Henry, I'll make a bet with you right now. I don't know what we want to bet. I would say Derrick Henry. Dalvin Cook put up almost 300. 250 minimum combined yard. Hey, by the way, did Derrick Henry have a catch today?
Yeah. Yep. 9 yards.
Fuck.
We got the over on that. Yep.
I got to look at the other mad props.
I totally forgot to get on them today.
The Bengals. I want to see what they did.
They lost, I think, 17-9.
They did to Miami.
Yeah, but the over we said over of 14.5. So if they didn't score 15, I didn't get that one.
I was really hoping Cincinnati'd win today.
Wait, what was the combined? Wait, did we do combined over under?
No, we did over that they would score more than 14.5 points.
Who? Cincinnati?
Yeah.
In answer to your question, Frank, Cincinnati win today over Miami would have given Buffalo a 2-game buffer in the AFC East.
Oh, yeah,
But
true.
To be honest, with the late resurgence of the Patriots, I don't believe I'm going to say this, but if they play all division games week 17, I think New England could be a sleeper.
I don't know. They're so inconsistent. I can't tell you which guys are going to show up.
If they do all division games, you know what that would mean? You're playing the New York Jets. If Bill Belichick can't beat this New York Jets team, he should immediately retire.
It's not Bill that's on the field playing. It's Cam
Newton should be fired.
traffic on the field.
Bill Belichick should immediately retire.
I will say this is the worst. That Detroit team that went 0-16 was not horrific. This Jets team.
Mm-hmm.
They had it won today.
Sam Darnold will be on. Sorry, I almost said Detroit. He will be on Pittsburgh, Green Bay, Chicago. Hold on, wait for it. Oh my God! He will be somewhere, and I pray Green Bay trades Jordan Love, Sam Darnold. pray.
To respond though to you, Carl, I didn't take any offense to the Bears stuff, quite frankly. I hope the Bears lose out. I want them to clean house, get rid of Nagy. I want us to blow it up and rebuild. Freaking trade Khalil Mack right now while you can. Start some off
Tennessee will take him.
Rebuild.
Buffalo should take him.
So, and you were midway through the season, you were living the worst nightmare. Just getting that last seed, that 8th seed that they just added in, this year, would have been the worst thing for you guys. That would have been awful. And that loss to Detroit, they still have Green Bay to end the season. I love the boot to the face, especially on the bleeding. Why doesn't any? Well, that's a dumb question. I would say guys have hidden razors, in their wrists and their mouth. Have the ref pass it to them. I always thought the boot could have been good for you could just rub your boot bottom, but fans would see that.
I looked something up because I got curious. Out of the final 4 games that New England plays, the best team that they play in that stretch is the Los Angeles Rams. They're going to have to go to They're going to have to go to Miami again. They're going to host Buffalo and New England to close out.
No, Buffalo's a lot better than you're giving them credit for, man.
Wait.
Not really.
Wait. What's the final 4 games for New England?
Next week, they are actually, a couple days from now, they're Thursday night football with the Rams.
Where?
Weekend before Christmas, they go to Miami. Then the final Monday night game of the year, they host the Bills to then host the Jets on the 3rd. Of those remaining 4 games,
they might go 1 and 3.
wins.
Yeah, I'm calling 1 and 3.
Tennessee needs to win the next 2, no matter what. They play Jacksonville and then Denver, Detroit. If they lose one of those games, I'm done. I'm fucking done.
If you guys lose to Detroit,
I mean, out of the last 5 games that Buffalo plays, because we haven't played this week yet, we play Pittsburgh next week. Then our last 2 weeks are New England and Miami, and I want to say, memory serves me right, Buffalo plays Saturday night after they play Pittsburgh.
Buffalo always plays the
Denver.
Saturday night game late in the season. Who's that quarterback for Denver? I know we're underselling this match. Oh, is it? Good for him. This is star rating on this?
1.5.
Get the.
Oh, sorry. 1 3/4.
On this match right now?
Yeah.
Dude, this is a barn burner.
Phil's
Oh my God. I did like that they teased the going for the moonsault onto the table. I know it was 5 minutes ago, but I thought Bam Bam's moonsault was just seeing a big guy do that. I was like, wow, that's cool stuff. I can anybody name Bam Bam's finisher?
Greetings
from Asbury Park.
Oh, what was it?
The greetings from Asbury Park.
Win the AFC.
Right, but what was it? Was it the moonsault?
Yeah, I thought it was a moonsault.
And franchise his finisher. I felt like it was a.
Isn't it a DDT? Or is that I'm thinking of Raven?
Yeah, I thought it was a DDT too. I was about to say that. A double underhook, but I don't think it is. I love that he's bringing in stuff that's already been broken or used in the match.
Oh, I feel like those chairs would hurt worse than the flimsy metal ones.
Oh.
Powerbomb. Why not?
Oh.
Belly to belly. 1, 2, 3. And there you have it, folks. We have a new ECW.
Dude, I love that. So this had to be closer to Pittsburgh.
It's like
Would
a suburb of Pittsburgh.
Okay, yeah, there's no way they're doing this in Philly because he gets booed out of the frickin', especially with all those Steelers jerseys. Now adds up. Lance Storm.
Carl,
I'll cut my hair like Lance Storm if you get Beal McGillicuddy. There we go. I will cut my hair exactly like Lance Storm.
Carl,
will you actually dye your hair like Chris Candido if I land Beal McGillicuddy?
I will, and I'll even do the Vanilla Ice stripes in the side, on both sides.
Carl, I think we were on air when I mentioned this, but what do you think of the night of the Royal Rumble? We actually cover the Royal Rumble.
Like a watch along or
doing what we're doing now, just watching the Royal Rumble.
Oh, it's a must. Phil said it last week. It's my favorite pay-per-view by far. Yeah. Not even close.
I can tell you this right now. We're not going to be shopping or anything. We're probably going to be watching the show. I think, I don't know. I think it'd be a good thing to try.
I would love it. I think
so. Real quick, just so I get through this part on here, we're going to then talk about our next show because I'm covering for TJ next week as well. In the Wrestling Observer, now mind you, only like 150 people voted. 45 gave this thumbs up, 77 gave this thumbs down, 16 gave it thumbs in the middle. What would you guys rate it? Frank Bruno, you first. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle.
I'd say thumbs up. It's classic ECW. It's what you get what you pay for.
Carl Mandick.
Thumbs way up.
Henry Effingham.
I would say thumbs up as well.
Brandi Wagner.
I'm going thumbs in the middle.
I was going to say thumbs in the middle as well. There were some good spots. There's some spots. It is classic ECW. I'll give you that. Awesome. So next week, like I said, filling in for our illustrious leader, Timothy J. Stevens. We've bounced around the idea. I know Frank was bringing up recording the Royal Rumble next month with it, when it actually airs and doing a watch along. I had mentioned, and we had talked about potentially doing a Royal Rumble next week as well, just in memoriam of Pat Patterson. We had already planned to record November to Remember. I know that Henry has mentioned the first women's Royal Rumble covering it. Anybody else got anything?
If we're going in, I'm sorry,
in Korea.
Listen, if we're going in memory of Pat, we should cover the very first Royal Rumble.
I was going to say the very first Royal Rumble. I was going to say very first Royal Rumble. Like my top four were the first Royal Rumble, the Flair Royal Rumble.
That's a good one.
The only problem with covering the first Royal Rumble, that wasn't a pay-per-view, which means it's going to be about an hour and a half.
Okay.
Or you cover 89, which was the first pay-per-view Royal Rumble.
Yeah, we have to do the first. We got to put it into context. What was that on? USA?
Mm-hmm.
The USA
first
Network
Rumble?
special, yeah.
And that was in combat. That was what, to go against what, Starrcade?
No.
It was something Crockett. I don't remember what it was. It may have been Clash of the Champions.
I have to tell you, as I've gotten to know all the ad-free show hosts, and as I've gotten to know the deeper stories, I realized that I used to complain and bitch and moan about how WCW stole WWF stars in the late 90s, but then when you look back at what Vince McMahon did in the 80s, he didn't have to put on a free Royal Rumble to combat, JCP. Competition's okay. I mean, could you imagine if there was only one restaurant group and it was the Mina group and we didn't have to try? A competition creates cash. It does. So looking back at it now, looking back at the things that I know and that ad-free shows has given me, I realized that the guy I loved, Shawn Michaels, was actually a legitimate asshole for a very long time. And I realized that Vince McMahon was very good at what he did, very good in business. But if you weren't with him, you were against him, and he put a lot of people out of business, and he stole a lot of stars too. So what happened to him in the late?
And we just lost Frank Bruno.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us tonight, Frank. So I mean, I'm going to run it by TJ. I think we're going to cover. I mean, Royal Rumble '89 sounds like it's got some interest. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean,
All in.
No, that's an
Not
AEW
maybe.
pay-per-view.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Cool. Well, I will run it by TJ. That being said, Frank's rejoining, I think. There's Frank Bruno.
Sorry, guys. I'm like, when you said that, I was like, what are you talking about? And then my internet died. So sorry about that. I don't know what you heard, but it's all good. I'm not going to start over.
All good, all good. That being said, we're gonna get the show wrapped up. Any final thoughts? We with our thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. I'll give you each the opportunity to give some final thoughts, and we'll do it in reverse. And once again, ladies come first. Insert Frank Bruno joke here. Brandi Wagner.
There was some good matches on here. I'm not a big fan of all of the interference constantly and all the gaga, but I mean, it was an entertaining show. You would get your money's worth if you bought this on pay-per-view.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. Henry Evingham.
I found it to be quite enjoyable. I agree with Brandi that at times it seemed a little slapstick, but ECW needed to carve out a niche to be able to compete with WWE and WCW. So for them, this fit perfect and it hit all the right places.
For sure. Okay. Carl Dickman.
ECW to me represents one word: tangible. And it has a tangible feel to it. Not so much when they're in these other venues, not so much when Sandman's not walking through the crowd smashing the beer on his head. But it's tangible, and it still has legs several decades later.
There you go. Last but not least, batting cleanup, just like he does at the buffet. Frank. Oh wait, sorry. I got to rephrase it. Just like he used to at the buffet. Frank Bruno.
You had, I think, for anybody to get it, you had to be a fan of it, and they did need to be different from the other two. So calling themselves Extreme Championship Wrestling means they got to do things that are extreme. So clearly, if you watching this show, Van Dam doing his moves, Sabu doing his thing, they were extreme. So if you're a wrestling purist, then you're not going to enjoy it as much. But when you consume as much wrestling as I did in the 90s, this definitely filled a void. So I loved this show. I love ECW, and I loved it right to the very end. So I invite Henry and Brandi to watch a couple other ECW events that are out on the network. I think you might enjoy it a little bit more.
Rock on. Yeah, so like I said at the beginning of the show, I really didn't get a chance to watch much ECW as a kid. I was 11 when this was airing.
Yeah, it was highly inappropriate for you. Yeah,
for sure. Granted, if I was like, I don't know, a few years older, I probably would have been like, this is the shit. Plus, let's face it, Beulah McGillicuddy looked absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Francine was hot, don't get me wrong, but yeah, there was just like everything you'd want as a teenager going through puberty. So it was great in that aspect. Awesome. Well, in what may be the first ever Top Guy Theater where we didn't eclipse 3 hours, thanks everybody for joining in. We appreciate you.
And Carl finished the show.
Carl made it to the end of the show, but he's not in his chair anymore.
Right.
he gone.
I'm not gonna lie.
I just saw
Dennis.
Carl's hog. Carl's hog was front and center.
I almost pissed my pants. I'm not gonna lie.
It was,
Well, thanks for letting us see the hog.
To us, it was man Dick's dick talking.
Wait,
I wish.
What are
your
you
mom would've-
doing?
I wish your mom would have named you Richard. By the way.
Oh my God.
oh I know.
Dick
Harry
Mandick.
Mandick. Yeah, Dick Mandick, Harry Mandick, Ivana, Anita, and what was the other one that was? Well, I'm gonna name again. If some woman comes around and is like, yes, I will bear your child, and it's a boy, there's no question. It's Guy Mandick. Because he will play in the NFL. Guy Mandick, he will at least be a backup. At the very least,
He's gonna be
backup.
He's gonna be an end, and every time it's, oh, what a sack by Mandick.
Yeah, Guy Mandick. I've always liked the name Guy. Seems very underused. So
Awesome. Well, thanks again, everybody, for watching. This has been it's been fun. I kind of dig having a smaller group. I'm not gonna lie. Having 4 or 5, 6 people at most, I think that's the sweet spot, or as Frank Bruno calls it, the G spot. So
Not that he'd know how to find that.
but now
Henry,
good
one, brother. See, I love this guy.
Whoa!
And now-
Whoa!
Now I'm going to end this now. So now we can grill Henry Evingham to find out if he knows where the G spot is. Give us a like and a follow. Till next time, this is Mike Kolb filling in for Timothy J. Stevens. Thanks again, TJ. Hope you don't hate us too much.